shit.
Flippity bloppity.
Oh, we're live.
Cleveland
Hello to
steamer
our
on my
three
chest. Music.
listeners that we are seeing on IRC right now. Welcome to Arcade Hangout, where a bunch of friends come together once a week, talk about arcade games and beer and movies and spoilers and all that kind of fun stuff.
And we continue to be the undisputed, longest running live arcade podcast on YouTube
in the world.
Check out that beer.
What number are we at?
That shit just popped.
We're at number 123.
Damn, that's gonna be good.
Yo.
1, 2, 3, bud.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gotta mute my other thing. There we go. Okay. So anyway, let's see. We're gonna skip the question for now and wait till more people get here. But we will talk about what we have been doing in arcade games. What have we been playing lately, and what are we drinking, and what pickups have we gotten or not gotten? And let's start with Gak. Gak, I think, has a story, right?
Wait, I was posting the link in the KLV.
Oh.
Wait. Okay. What? I have something new to talk about.
What are you drinking? What
am I drinking?
I'm hearing myself.
I'm drinking Main Grove IPA by who is this company? I don't know. Oh, Burgeon. They're out of Southern California, I think. Southern or Central.
Can.
Yep, good stuff. What was the other?
Kevin sign.
With my sign, I'm a Gemini. My birthday's only a few weeks away.
Great.
Oh boy.
And
I'm not getting any closer to 50. I'm just putting that down for the record. I'm getting further away from 50.
What arcade games are you currently playing? What have you been playing lately in the garage, if anything?
All I've been playing is basically real life Tetris, moving games around in the garage.
Oh, yeah.
I'm officially out of my storage unit now, though. So I hit the dinger. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah. So, yeah, my son helped me get the rest of the way out of there last night.
Yeah, how big was your storage unit?
10 foot by 10 foot. So not huge.
10.
But yeah.
10. Jimbo didn't get the link. Jim's pissed.
So I think the problem was because Jimbo sent the links out, so it didn't include himself as part of the link. And I just did last week's fucking. I did. No, I didn't send out last week's. He sent out last week, so I didn't get him in the list. I just copied and pasted the list from last week. Jimbo is getting the link right fucking this second.
Yeah, you probably do it in Slack too.
Yep. Hey, can you send that the
IRC link?
Yes, it's to the email.
Cobra Kai.
It's always
also in the YouTube chat. I don't have the ability to post the IRC chat.
I can. On YouTube. Okay, I was gonna post it in the. Yeah, you're right. Let me get that link.
Carrie, could you send? Carrie, can you send the link to Jim, please? Because
I did.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. That was not an oversight. That was copying and pasting. No, it's totally deliberate.
No, yeah, right. Yeah. That would be the opposite of an oversight. Would be intentional.
Right. That's.
You're right.
So I think you meant to say it was an oversight.
It was 100% deliberate. Jim, I love you.
Yeah, sorry, I foiled that one. By sending it.
Okay, I got the IRC.
Damn your sobriety.
Boom. IRC link is in YouTube chat. I just added it. Hi, Carrie.
Hello. Yeah, right. I join. Nobody says hello. They're just like, "Hey, Jim needs something. Send it to him." I see how y'all feel.
Here we go.
I know, right? This is going to be. This is
what we get for inviting women to the show.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry. It felt terrible when that was.
Yeah, it's Who Loves.
We don't have to be the longest running arcade podcast with girl.
We're gonna be the less girls than the other guy.
We have exactly the same number of girls as the other guys.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be an active girl boycott. I'm gonna talk to Gabriella and to Sarah.
Sorry.
If Carrie quits the show, I'm driving to her house and going to her doorstep and begging her to come back. You can't leave. I don't want to drive 5 hours. I'm driving to her house and Don't make me do that, Carrie.
I know 5 hours. Yeah, that would be if I pick you up about 3 hours down the state. Well, I guess not quite that bad. Maybe an hour and a half.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so socially insensitive.
Yeah, Andrew pre-gamed it before the pre-game.
I'll go ahead and mute myself.
No, don't do that. That's part of the fun.
I'm done.
I just got to ship you a Devo hat.
Oh, are you drinking tonight? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, he's hammered.
Oh, got it. Okay, I was working, so I missed out on any of the early
game before the game.
I'm working it too.
So we're just going through introducing ourselves, talking about what we're drinking right now, what game we're currently playing, and what pickups we had.
Oh.
And I said what I was drinking. I didn't introduce myself, but that's okay. And I didn't pick up any games. I just moved around a bunch of games. So, and I'll go ahead and pass that to Leo.
All right. Leo Conley. I am drinking a Czech Pilsner by Moat Mountain. It's a local beer by me. I like it. It's a nice little light Pilsner style beer. Nice. I haven't had any pickups this week, but I have been working with Andrew and Dave and others on the event that was formerly known as BroFest, which is going to be called Sneak Fest, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. Coming up in a couple of weeks. So that's going to be June 1st and 2nd at the Fun Spot in Weirs Beach, New Hampshire. So anyone who wants to join, we have a thread on Clove about it. Just send your name and info. I also sent you my an email address, which I gave a couple of weeks ago, leo.conley@yahoo.com. If you want to register, let us know. I know I'll be there. Dave's going to be there. Andrew, Jim, Carey, I think you're all going to be there as well, too. I don't want to speak for you, but...
We all have airplane tickets.
Awesome. Yeah, and like you said, this year it's going to be a very casual... more of a hangout.
The arcade version of a beach party.
Right.
It's going to be, we're getting there. We're doing everything at the Nassau, and then we're going to head to the Fun Spot, which is right up the road, do the NAT event, which is very casual, play some games, go to the bar, head back to the Nassau, and, hang out there on Friday. Saturday, there's going to be a candlepin bowling tournament. Woo. A local New England tradition. Yeah, absolutely. Local New England tradition that people...
I better get some pictures, if not video, from you guys.
That's right. Smaller balls, baby. Smaller balls.
The extra, as Homer Simpson said, you get the extra ball. The extra ball in life, baby. Absolutely. Followed by another NAT tournament, and then the second day of the main event. And again, in years past, I think they had done, 15 games in total for the main tournament, all in all?
Games for the main tournament, and then usually 5 or so games the side tournaments,
Yeah. So we're not doing anywhere near as many as that. It's going to be probably 4 or 5. It's going to be...
And whatever's working?
Yes. So I will be going up sometime, if not the Memorial Day weekend, probably the week before that, to see what games are working, to see this will work. I know Dave and I had a conversation. Carrie, I know last week in the show you said you had a Donkey Kong idea for the NAT.
Yes.
So,
I'll tell you about that. Yeah.
What? Gotcha. Yeah. So, it's going to be what's working, what'll work well for the main event, what will work well for what NAT is about, where you're paired up with a different person or you're paired up with someone potentially new. It's kind of drawn randomly each round, and it's a 2-player game. So you look for something that's a good 2-player game, or something where you're blindfolded and the other person has to give you instructions on how what to do. That always is fun and ends quickly. So that really takes a lot of the skill, and it takes everything out of that. So
that describes so many good things in life.
Exactly.
Fun and ends quickly.
The best thing is when you're strapped down and blindfolded. And someone has a feather.
Ball gag in your mouth, and it's just really, exactly. Maybe we're getting a little too personal here, but anyways, and then
that was all supposed to be a surprise.
Yeah.
Shit,
yeah, the ball gag is new for this NAT.
I'll wash it. Don't worry.
Let me update the artwork.
All joystick games have to be played with your mouth.
Oh, nice.
God.
We're gonna need a lot of condoms.
Oh boy. Yes.
And then see who gets sick.
Dental dams.
I like Necros's comment in the IRC 50 Shades of Arcades.
Yes. Perfect.
Then, so for scorekeeping, it's going to be, I'll be walking around. I probably have someone who might help me. But if I don't get your score, just take a picture with your cell phone. I mean, there's no cash prizes, so hey, it's meant to hang out with people, get to meet some people, have a good time. Take a damn picture. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to be. I mean, if you have a low score, we'll probably post your score in the ladies' room bathroom. But like Maverick and a Top Gun. But whatever the case may be, And hey, hope to see you all there, and should be a fun time. I will pass it over to Andrew.
All right.
Ba-dum-bum.
I can't even see. Where's the video gone? Oh, there it is. So this week, artwork shit. So I've been working on the artwork for Leo Fest, which we were just talking about. Leo, I think, is going to do a premiere of that artwork, perhaps in the Clav thread this week.
Yes, I will post that. Absolutely.
So we can actually do the official Nat version of Leo Fest, or sorry, Sneak Fest. There, and then I don't know if I'm ready to announce the other artwork that I've been working on.
Oh,
No,
gotcha.
those are good surprises today.
Yeah.
I like that.
I have another artwork piece for a very, very special event that this show has talked about in the last 2 years.
Yep.
3 years, something like that. I think that started when I got mine.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you talk about this last week?
No.
Nope.
Yep,
Okay, never mind then.
So we have a very, very special event that's happening at Grinker's Grand Palace on top of our normal October event. October.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
11, 12, 13.
11th, 12th, 13th. The 12th and 13th being the primary days. But yeah, so we've got another one of our Arcade Hangout events that are happening there. I've got some very special announcements for special T-shirts and stickers and maybe some other prizes for a very special event that we're doing. Very excited about. So I've been working my ass off on the artwork for that, and it's looking
awesome. Awesome. It's looking
pretty
awesome.
okay.
Yeah.
Pretty okay.
Yeah.
Okay. More than okay.
So, got some very exciting stuff coming down the pike, but the bulk of my work
just when I feel like we can't outdo the prior years at Grinkers,
right?
Something else happens, and it just kind of flows together and works.
It's the inspiration, right? It's like the thing is like we are such a great pool. I didn't say cesspool. A pool of inspiration.
Cesspool.
and we feed off of each other, and we're such a bunch of creative people in this group here. So it's awesome the way these events come together, and this is one I'm super excited about. I'm super pumped to make happen, and so the artwork is coming together. I will very soon be posting a new thread on Clav, and we'll be posting off of the main Grinkers thread to feed back to this one, because we're going to need some it's going to be a very limited run of at least T-shirts and maybe some stickers and some other stuff, but we're going to need pre-registrations to make this happen. So we're not doing a bunch of T-shirts. It's going to be if you register, you get a shirt. If you don't, sorry.
Tough shit.
Yeah. So
you lose.
You lose.
Sir.
And then I've today fired up the arcade for the first time.
Yep.
Nice.
That's good.
And how's it working?
100%.
Wow.
Yay.
We have
survived the winter.
Fatalities, which is crazy because this is May. Normally I fire the shit up in March for the first time, April.
Long winter.
So this has been just been letting the shit chill. A lot of it's been just I've got too many fucking games right now. But everything fired up. So I should turn everything off before something dies.
Yeah.
Probably. But the big one was the vectors, right? So Star Wars came up first time, no issues. Major Havoc, first time, no issues, or no more issues than they had before. So
it wasn't fixed during the hibernation. Damn
It
it.
didn't actually fix
Didn't
itself.
fix itself.
Yeah. A little bit of time to heal.
About that one, but so that was what I did arcade stuff this week. Oh, and actually, just real quick, as a quick follow up to the pole position, the removing the cigarette burns from the shroud.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So one of the parts I forgot to tell about that story, I think, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I don't. Dave, I think you're the one here who smokes cigarettes. Yep. All right. So, waiting.
He's like,
Yeah,
guilty as charged.
Dave does.
While I was
Nice.
cleaning this thing, my entire garage fucking reeked of cigarettes.
Oh,
Like,
weird.
Really?
The game does not smell of cigarettes. But when I started sanding,
You're like activating all
Yeah.
those.
reactivating
Oh,
all that
weird.
nasty like cigarette shit from like 30 years ago.
Wow.
And seriously,
Embedded.
like, my whole garage started smelling like I was like sitting here like chain smoking while I was sanding.
It must have been embedded in the plastic.
It's so gross. But
Weird.
but it's gone now. I forgot to tell that part of the story.
Nice.
There you go.
Oh, that's good.
You're able to
It's good that it's
get rid of
gone.
it.
Yeah, so no more ciggy, smoky thing. But if you ever want to refurbish one of these,
Now, have you guys
things.
ever gotten an arcade cabinet that was just from a smoked house and it smells like cigarettes and stays that way? Does that happen?
No.
In a house? No.
Yeah, like someone
Does
that
that happen to you?
just smokes a lot. Doesn't happen to me.
I bought toys that smelled like cigarettes from people who smoked too many
Yeah,
eBay
Mhm.
toys and stuff.
yeah,
Old Transformers and GTO shit,
yeah. Gets in that.
but not arcade games, which is ironic. It's like I'm sure every single one of these games was in a bar.
Yeah.
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 Like arcades. Like I remember the arcades even when I was in high school. Like I could smoke cigarettes even at like 16, 15. Not that I did that.
Of course
In
not.
the
Not that
arcade.
you endorse it.
which was like it was like a T-shirt shop and like a laser tag arena, and you could smoke cigarettes in there, no problem.
Wow.
Anyway, so all of our machines, I'm sure, have been abused by cigarette smoke,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's weird how few still reek of them. And I'm drinking Russian River's Supplication tonight. Very
Very
serious.
nice.
So last
That
week
is
was a special one. This is another
Very
special
hard to find those.
one. Not an easy one to get, but
Yeah.
there you go, bud.
Cool.
Mhm.
Think.
Carrie.
Bump. We're introducing
Oh, it's
ourselves.
yeah.
Carrie Z. Carrie. I'm trying to think if I actually did have something come to this week.
Well, I think you
or-
freed up some space.
Yeah, but honestly, that's been the main thing. Is I spent my big arcade project was actually just making room. It's amazing. So I ended up. I'm at the end. I'm at the end of my reasonable space, and I actually put something up for sale over the weekend too. Because I'm like, damn. So I picked up, over the course of the last however many 8 months or something, I've picked up 2 different pitch and bat projects. And so one I did a little bit. I started to do some restoration on and clean up, and it looks like a bazillion times better than when I got it. And I think it's actually going to be a relatively easy fix if it's just the score reel, because those look like they're not too bad to actually work on. The guy, I don't know if you guys remember, a couple years ago, I picked up a pinball game, Zakarian game. I forgot what it's called, Star Riders or something like that, and shipped it back to a guy in Michigan who has this pinrepair.com site. And he has it is a wealth of information for people who are looking to restore old pinball games. I don't think it's particularly helpful for if you have, the DMD 1990 kind of stuff. But if you are looking to repair the old EM things, it is just amazing what he has on there. So I went through and kind of looked at what he had to say about issues, and then so I think this one isn't going to be too bad of a fix. But bottom line, I'm like, well, crap, I have 2 of these, and I'm only going to keep one of them anyway. So So I ended up listing one for sale. We'll see if anybody's interested. It's kind of a weird niche market. I mean, how many people want a I think this is a 1962 Chicago coin all-star pitch and bat, which needs to be fixed because hardly anything works.
Do you get to the batter or the catcher?
Yeah, you can actually so you can actually pick what kind of pitch to throw. So you can do it as a two-person, or you can pick your own pitch, and then you have the only moving part, the flipper, is the bat. And it has two little ramps on the side. And so what you want to do is you can try to hit one of the ramps and have it go up into the grandstand, and then there's little characters at the bottom that you can try to hit, and that gives you your different runs. And if you hit the lights are in the right cycle and you hit the home run, then it goes ding 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 around the bases. So it's very cool.
This should be a hit in San Francisco. That's all I'm saying.
Right. That's quite hard. So we'll see if that, anyway. So I'm looking to make room with that. But yeah, I spent all day just trying to move shit in my garage and ended up making a pile out in the side of my house with some, like, the urban recycling. Like, you put it out with a free sign, and I'll be damned, less than 24 hours later, everything was gone. I had like
I'm amazed about how well that works too. That's
I know, people take anything,
especially in the dark of night.
Yeah.
This was pretty good stuff, but so I had like a decent ottoman, although with free dog hair.
People look at it and go, I can clean this up.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's free.
And it's free.
Terry, I forgot to mention one game thing about last weekend, actually.
Oh yeah.
We had a meetup over in Hayward.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
So at the place is called Pinned Down, right? Or is that the name of the subsection?
Yeah, that's the name of the subsection located in Chalk It Up.
Okay. So Chalk It Up is a pool hall.
Mm-hmm. And they have a section, with like 8 pins. Yeah.
And so if anybody knows Arc Revival on KLV, he actually was one of the guys that helped a lot early on with Grinkers, getting games there and helping them get games running and stuff. So really cool guy. I enjoy hanging out with him and hearing stories. So
is that your buddy Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy Dave.
Arc Revival on KLV.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say his name.
Yeah. So but yeah, man, the first thing I have to say is the attention to detail he keeps on those pins, man. I mean, it's top notch. I mean, really like Grinkers, like all the machines work really nice. Everything's clean, fully functioning, just really well done there. And so it was fun. There's about maybe 10, 15 of us, 12, 15 of us, somewhere like that.
I think it's officially 14.
We talked about doing some kind of mini tournament, but it just never happened.
No,
everybody was just having fun chatting and just playing random games here and there. So
yeah, and I told Dave that I'm like, I don't think it's probably really necessary. I know he actually had some prizes, and I brought something to use as a prize too. But yeah, I think we were just.
He bought
us
all pizza too, man. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, exactly. And in the first hour, the beers were free. If you got there.
Oh, really? Oh, I missed that.
Oh, yeah. Wow. But I think they opened an hour earlier. They opened an hour early for us, so they weren't officially open. So it might be that they had to give us the beers for free.
Yeah,
but after that, we were getting the 22 ounce for the
price of a 16. Yeah. And then of course the Corona girl stopped by. So I have a little. I don't know if you can see this little sombrero hat here. This Corona one, and it's actually a bottle opener. So. So I'm going to tie this into my Russian River, Andrew.
Oh, look at you!
So I'm going to go ahead and crack mine up. See if I can crack. Actually,
look at! I hope I inspired you.
This is hard.
That's what she said.
All right, there we go. Success. Got it off.
That's what I said.
That's it.
First it's hard, then you get it off. Yep, got it. And then you just kind of, blow your wad into the glass.
Yep.
Then you go to sleep.
Yeah, pretty much. That pretty much sums up my 20s.
That was just a couple years ago, right, Gag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
At least you remember them.
Yeah. Mostly. Right, so sorry for the sidebar there. I just that occurred to me. We did that last weekend, so
Yeah, it feels like a long time ago, but it was actually just a few days.
I know, really.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that
I
was.
saw the pictures on Facebook. Looked like fun.
Yeah, it was. It was. And it. I think it's a sign of a good time. The fact we never got around to the tournament because,
right? Yeah.
People played the games, and he does have a couple of vids upstairs, but it wasn't anything.
Yeah.
Outstanding. But yeah, the pins are in spectacular shape. You're right, and.
And Luke wouldn't stop talking about wanting South Park now, of course.
Oh yes.
Is that a pinball or a?
Yeah, he had a South Park pinball there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, yeah. Luke, help me find one for like under $1,000. I'll buy it, no problem. Good luck with that.
That pin doesn't go for that much.
Yeah.
Compared to other. I think
All right, under $1,000. Okay, show me one.
No. I think it's 2 for that.
Yeah.
But if you got that, then he could probably keep it in his room, so you would have another game, and it wouldn't count against your count.
Ooh, I like the way you think.
Right? And he's going to go off to college someday.
That's right. Game room expansion number 2.
Your son's going to come back and then be like, "Hey, I got no place.
I
I
keep
got no place to
encouraging him to
sleep."
move out so I can just take over their game room. Their rooms.
When are you moving out?
I know you're only 17, but I'll sign this paperwork, get you out.
No, now it's your age.
Yeah.
Let me teach you about the Emancipation Proclamation.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was your age, I was out, had a wife and 4 kids.
Yeah.
What?
Get to work.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess Carrie.
Oh yeah. So anyway, so I spent all day moving crap around, all to make space for one game. Oh my god!
Yep.
How badly do I want one more game? Because holy crap!
Wait, is that the space you showed that's next to your pins?
That is indeed the space I showed. That is next to my pins. I'm checking out.
Carrie, what went up for sale? I think I missed.
No, it's a old 1962 pitch and bat game. Baseball, like Chicago coin, All Stars pitch and bat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's pretty. You had 2 of those, did you say?
Yeah, I have a 1960. I'm keeping the 1966 one, which is a Williams. Sorry, I'm getting kissed. Which is so I have a 1966 Williams pitch and bat, which has the running man unit. So it has like the opening in the back glass that has a unit that actually like the little guys run around, ding ding, going ding 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 around the bases. So I'm keeping that one, and then I'm letting the other one go. And if it doesn't sell right away, I'll just keep fixing it up. I think. There's the one neither of them of course work, but the one I'm seeking to let go when it powers up, but it can't make one of the score reels move in order to reset, and so the game won't start. But the score reel doesn't look to be that hard of a fix, so I'll just keep working on it, and then if I get it fixed, then I can probably sell it more easily for more money. So it's a win-win.
Nice.
But it would be nice to get the room because.
Right.
Yeah. I got up on a ladder and was, as I was putting things like up into the rafters, and just looked at the sea of games, and I'm like, holy crap, when did that happen?
Carrie, how many games do you have?
I don't know. That's a bad sign. People used to say that to me, and I'd be like, wow, there's something wrong. That person doesn't know how many games. But part of it is, do you count the ones that are really project-y? Because I've some there's such projects like Zookeeper. Like,
yes.
It's a shell with a bunch of crap.
Right.
So, that's not a game.
It's not a game until you can play it, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah, or at least it's within.
Approximately.
Approximately, I have maybe 15.
4.
Or more. I have 5 in here. I know, and then I'm taking 10 to CAX. 10.
I can't wait.
You can't wait to get up early and just upload games all day.
Oh, he's showing up after they're already unloaded. Although he does get to help load them back up.
He figured it out after last year, huh?
No, I know. I much prefer to to bring them back to your house at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
That sucks so bad. It's 2 a.m. and we're out in front of the house with the lift gate, and you go.
At that point, I am just pissed, and I'm just like,
oh yeah,
fuck, let's move this shit and get it out of your house. Just like, the kid gloves come off.
Oh yeah, you're so chipper about it.
Is Jim drinking a fucking protein shake?
No, it's just a shake. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh God, what's happened to you?
Actually, these are really fucking good.
Yeah,
because I put a shit ton of whipping cream.
I was going to say, you really aren't letting yourself go,
the
are
same
you?
bottle as I do. The shorty version.
Oh yeah, these things are fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah, the blender bottle.
I use them for everything.
This is my water bottle.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll be switching to. Don't worry, Dave. I did buy some wine, and maybe I'll have a cocktail right after this because I was planning on drinking tonight.
All right. Nice. I said
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
Dude, when Nassau comes, all bets are off. So
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I have to go on a tangent. If anyone hasn't seen Cobra Kai, Jim is the biggest karate fan, and it's made my week so happy. Throw it in there in case I get out before you talk about it. Watch Cobra Kai on YouTube.
I saw you made a
It's
video,
awesome.
but I'm like, I don't want to watch it yet. I need to see them all first.
Oh, it's
there's
so good.
the first half of the video is spoilery, and then the second half, I put a big warning up when I start doing spoilers. But yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna release the Easter egg video. I did a video on all of the Easter eggs scattered throughout all the episodes, so that'll be a shorter video, but it's like 15 minutes long, and I don't like breathe talking about all the Easter eggs that they refer to.
Oh, it was good stuff, man. I was laughing my ass off.
Yeah, it's so well written.
Yeah, oh, it's great. It's great. And it's beautiful because all of a sudden season 2 is going to come out and there's going to be no free trials and they're going to get $12.99 from everybody. And
Oh yeah, right.
it's genius. It's genius, actually.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. YouTube Red's going to blow up.
The only
I heard
YouTube Red, right? You can't. Get
yes. Right. Yeah. And
what does it cost? Like if I wanted to so I'm not a subscriber to YouTube Red, so if I wanted to watch just this show, what's it going to cost me?
Nothing. You can
Nothing.
do. They have a
It's
one.
free
They have
trial.
a 30-day free trial, so if you
they have
binge watch within 30 days, you can see it all.
Yep.
That's why it's genius.
And-
because
and
everyone
and
can
you can-
cancel.
And you can download when you're YouTube Red. You can download. I'm not getting anything for YouTube Red, but you can download the episodes as a YouTube Red member. But I think I think it's like you get them for like a month out. So like they expire after when you download them to watch them offline. But so like technically, I think on the last day of your free trial, you could download them all and then watch them 1 month later. Still.
So what format are they in if they can expire?
I haven't done it.
That's not really
done it,
downloading
but, yeah.
then. That's like a false download.
Well,
That's
you can watch them offline. So whatever you want
It's
to
like
call
Netflix. Netflix, you can download stuff. And
Yeah.
It's in the.
There's
it's
certainly
not an
ways that you
MP4 file like it should be.
Right. Yeah, it's on MKV or something like that. That you get.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure there.
That's a lot. Like, what else does
It is.
What does YouTube Red?
Good
Give you
question.
besides-
Yeah.
I mean, Netflix.
Nothing, well,
Do they offer movies?
It's a lot of like I think it's just kind of an up and coming thing. Like
Yeah.
they don't have much to show at all. In fact, if you watch, there was an interview with the creators of Cobra Kai and Ralph Macchio and William Zabka, and they were talking about that, and they got approached by all kinds of people, and YouTube Red just wanted it the most. Like they were really pushing for it, and they gave them the best deal and everything. And it's smart because this show is going to kick them off because they're going to be like, hey, we've got the Cobra Kai series, So people, I think it's a good business plan for them.
Well, yeah, but
Excellent.
they gotta have
But
they
they
don't
don't-
have more content than that. I mean,
Yeah.
Netflix.
I haven't explored what else they have.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like
yeah.
I'll pay for a service. I pay for Netflix. I pay for Prime. That's because they've got great videos and movies and TV shows I
Yeah.
can watch.
Also, you can watch YouTube without commercials.
But-
you're not
but-
using a
Yeah.
filter for
Yeah,
that.
but you can use the filter to get that. So
Yeah.
That's a secret.
what's the no, but still, like, what's the bonus beyond that? What's the bonus content? So Cobra Kai is the first piece of content that YouTube.
There's a bunch of shitty
has
YouTube.
ever
yeah.
said that I was like, fuck yeah, I want to watch this anytime. Like, I want
It's content geared towards like
they have.
20-year-olds
I
and
mean,
younger.
here I should just share my screen, and because I'm on YouTube Red, and I'm just scrolling through like what they're.
We'll just watch the whole show right now.
But if you let's see here.
You're presenting.
Screen, yeah.
Just share the trailer. Let's watch
like,
the trailer.
No, I'm just. This is on the YouTube Red section of YouTube, and these are like this. I clicked on.
We're
Red.
actually gonna get like banned from YouTube for showing this.
No, I'm not even playing anything though.
No, I know.
So these are all like YouTube or original movies, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
like exclusive
is any of
YouTube
this
Red
shit
stuff.
any
But I have
Yeah.
no idea like any of this shit. What this is?
What the
Like I've never heard of any of this.
Yeah.
stuff other than
What is
Cobra
high
Kai.
water? Is that making fun of people who wear their?
Oh, it's a
pants
step up. It's a step up sequel. Yes. Oh no, it's a season.
too? Season one.
So that'd be like Bring It On, the series or something.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd rather do my taxes again.
What's
Oh, there's a lot of repeats. Holy shit. Yeah, they don't have anything, it seems like.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
happy
it's
to pay for
caca.
service if you get good stuff, but I don't
Caca.
see what they have to
Like
offer.
any of that shit. It's all geared towards like millennials and younger.
All right, so who's Dr.
Yeah.
Eric Berg, DC?
All right.
I don't
Well,
know. What's the show to find out?
All right. You can start.
To learn all about nutrition.
Yes. Okay.
Wait, I didn't hear what.
I
what's
figured
Carrie
it'd be
drinking
something like
tonight?
that.
Yeah, exactly. Then you'll end up drinking the protein shakes.
Yeah.
You two
Did Carrie
can
say
drink-
what she's drinking?
Do you swallow the
You know
protein?
what? Right. At the moment, I'm only drinking water. I was working right up
In
until.
that glass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard that.
She makes fun of me
In the
drinking
background.
protein shake, and it's like, what are you drinking? Oh, water.
Water. I know.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah,
I was
I'll
working
talk.
And then I popped on. I know. Exactly. I know.
Big,
I wasn't
big
going to drink, but
talker.
maybe I will. Peer pressure. Ow, ow, oh, twist my rubber arm. Ow, ow, ow.
Yeah.
So
Carrie's
after-
body is right now going, "What are you doing to me?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get up.
Yeah, pretty much. I know. I haven't been. I've been pretty. I've been a teetotaler lately. But hey, stupid dogs, shut up.
Aw.
I will.
They're telling her to drink.
Yeah.
The dog made me do it.
Yeah.
It's the voice in my head. I call them dogs.
Yeah, exactly. Shut up. Woo.
But
I'll drink when I want to.
I would pay $10 to see Cobra Kai if I had to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so I'll pay $10 to see it, but like, I have to know that I'm paying $10 for a season of a show.
Yeah, but
There's nothing else.
You don't have to
that
pay for it.
That red
Yeah.
red tube.
Yeah, each
YouTube
red
Red or whatever. Yeah, YouTube
Just
Red.
watch it on torrent
Wait a minute.
tube.
Isn't,
Yeah.
wait, no, this just I just made the connection. Isn't red tube something else?
Probably
Oh, I'm
do
not
do
gonna
a
look
Google
that up.
search for that.
Yeah,
Tell me
that
what you
sounds-
find.
Do they
Yeah, I'll
fuck
do
up?
that on a private window.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
YouTube
but
Red.
just do the
Yeah.
you can just do the free
Oh.
trial and then cancel. In fact, if you sign up like right now and cancel, you'll still have it for the whole month. It just won't. It'll just expire at the next billing cycle or whatever.
And are they done? Have all the episodes hit now?
Oh yeah, it's just like
first
Netflix.
season.
Like it's like
They just
Stranger
dump it
Things.
out.
The whole.
Is it
all
set
10
up for
episodes.
like to keep going, or is it set up
Yeah.
to like have a real ending to it?
Well, I'm not gonna. Maybe I shouldn't spoil that.
Well, just I mean, I want to know that I'm like it's going to be satisfying. 'cause I need it when things
I
are
would-
left on a
my-
cliffhanger.
You want to make sure you'll be
Open for another-
satisfied. I
I
think
want to be satisfied.
Jim promises that you'll be satisfied.
I do. I would be.
Steve has one
13 episodes
requirement.
of cock tease.
And at the end, blue balls.
there's a big cliffhanger, Mock, and I would be shocked if they didn't do a second season.
Well, what I mean, does it wrap up the story that's given? Does it wrap that up? Because sometimes they don't, and they just kind of end, and you're like, well, what happened to all the setup?
And it's like Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just goes forever, and then the ending.
I'll say that all of the main characters have an arc.
Okay.
That spans throughout the 10 episodes. I won't say that there's necessarily closure because it's hard without going into spoilers what that means, because there's like the A stories and the B stories going on. It's not just Ralph Macchio and William Zabka's characters, but there's other characters too, and there's lots of stuff going on, and you're just kind of the series kind of dives into a lot of backstory, and you're learning about these characters, stuff that you've never learned before, especially like the backstory to Johnny's character. But so there's all this stuff going on, so they kind of just it's just the tip of the iceberg, and kind of get the ball rolling, and by the end you're kind of thinking, holy shit, what, well, here's the thing. The biggest thing, there's a lot of gray areas. It's hard. You don't. The good writing, the good thing about the writing is that it's tough to pick sides. You agree at some episodes, I totally am on board with supporting Johnny's character, and then other episodes I agree with Daniel LaRusso's character, and all the kids are likable for the most part. They're all really good. So like even the Cobra Kai students. So there's a lot of gray areas. It's very realistic. It's like, it's not black and white.
Does someone say get him a body bag?
Sleep the leg.
I won't say.
Does it have comedy throughout too?
Oh yes.
Okay, good.
It's very modern. Yeah. So I think it's been called as a dramedy. So I would say it's like, if you could put it on a pie chart, it's like 65%, 70% drama, but there's definitely a lot of comedy scattered throughout. In fact, the dialogue that they wrote for Johnny's character is freaking hilarious. Like there's so much. It's very modern and contemporary. They did a really good job of bringing.
Yeah, they're not afraid
Karate Kid
for sure.
Yeah, they did it. Well, they did a really good job of bringing the Karate Kid into this day and age. What worked in the 80s for writing doesn't necessarily translate very well today. I mean, if you look at like it's tough to compare it to Stranger Things because they're two totally different things, but that's kind of based off 80s as well, and I think that translated.
So Jim, on a scale of 1 to 10, would you give it a?
What would I give it? Oh, I would give it at least a 9.5.
Wow, that's a high praise.
That's pretty close to.
I knew Jim liked it when I saw he made a video about it.
Yeah.
No, that's you.
Yeah. No, he's right. It's excellent.
The last 3 episodes, I was literally like screaming at the TV, like with shit that was going on, because I couldn't believe it. If you're a fan, it is like I told Carrie that I had a big fan boner throughout the whole.
Scaring the neighbors.
It's like cocaine for Karate Kid fans, and then if you just enjoyed the original movies, you'll really like it too. So like, I have nothing bad to say about it. I think in my review, I was really looking for things that I could criticize, and I only came up with like 2 small little things.
Wow.
So nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Dave, did you watch did you watch the whole series, or you only?
Yes, I did. Yeah. I watched the first 4, then I binge watched 5 through 10, sitting in this chair.
So 10 episodes is the total.
Nice.
They're like 25 minutes.
Yeah, they're half an hour. Like one is, I think the last episode's like 36 minutes, but they average about 28 minutes.
And there's 10.
Oh,
10
wow. I didn't realize they were
so you're basically,
God,
but the way I describe it in my review video is that I was really skeptical that that it was being announced as a series rather than just like another movie. But then you realize that you're getting 10 half-an-hour episodes. You're getting like a 5-hour movie. You're getting a 5-hour sequel.
Well, it's like a 2 movie. Yeah.
So
That's
it
cool.
works. It works really well.
Well,
So what's cool about series is that you can really have awesome character development. So
You get a ton here.
like the Predators, or not sorry, not Predator, the Punisher series. I was kind of skeptical about that, and it was, it's a slow build, but just pay off. And I don't know, it's kind of cool that they can do that now instead of just kind of cram it all into a 2-hour movie.
Right.
Now you get the long series. That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty. I was pretty excited, especially now that the Ash vs. Evil Dead series came to an end.
Yeah, that's over.
Oh, did it?
Didn't make it. Yeah, the ratings weren't there, so they canceled.
Nah.
They got
Did
3
actually
seasons out.
create an end to the series, or do they just cut it?
There's it's kind of like
I saw like the first season.
They leave it
and a half.
open.
I'm only one season in. I gotta.
They give it an ending, but it seems I wouldn't say maybe forced isn't the right word, but it seems rushed. Like they're like, okay, well,
Like they knew.
we have to end it here, so let's throw this on there.
Our ratings,
it's very much like the Army of Darkness ending, the theatrical one.
Yeah.
Very much in that sense, in that feel, where it's like off to the next adventure, sort of thing. But I did like this. I did like the series. Yeah.
When I watched your video, it was killing me each time you said the word "but." I expected you to go, "But."
I always do that as a Clark Griswold reference whenever he's like, in 18 years we never did have any fun, but we're here now, and he always does that. Yeah.
Everybody loves Jim's butt.
Come on, Simone. Let's talk about your big butt.
Let's talk about your big butt.
Well, if Buffett's listening to us right now, he asked in the KLV thread.
I missed that sound effect.
Buffett said he didn't get a link or invite. Well, obviously,
dude, that was not intentional at all.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
I literally, I'm sorry. Like, I did not look at the list because we've got like 40 people
I know.
right for every show. So I literally copied the list from last week and pasted it into a thing. So if someone has Buffett and can send him the link.
When Orange Whip isn't setting it up, it's all kind of loosey goosey.
I'm sorry. This is not deliberate. If you are not invited, Jim wasn't invited. The reason was because he set up the list last week, and I copied the list that Jim.
It's Andrew. It's Andrew's passive aggressive nature.
I have a
I really don't want him on the show. I'm just not going to send him the link. I don't. Actually,
let me see. Let me go to the list here. Carrie's cool.
Yeah. It's like, here's the spectrum. Pull out a whiteboard.
I don't want it to just be me and Carrie only. So I better invite a few other people.
Right.
Yeah.
Leo, you're all right. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're getting into the yellow zone here.
Yeah.
I did not get an invite, and it didn't come from Brad. Brad has the ultimate list. The rest of us like copy and paste shit. So if you didn't get an invite, this is not like a personal affront to you. This was, I'm sorry, you weren't on the list at some point.
Did you forward a reply all? Or
what, no, I just took the list from last week, copied recipients.
Because what I did
That's the reason why you weren't part of it,
right?
Because you were the sender, so you didn't self.
I replied all to Brad's, and that kept him on it.
So this was,
but yeah. I mean,
I think Brad has 2 lists anyway, so when he sends it out in 2 chunks. So whoever we don't have this like
I don't even
know the varsity and the JV.
Yeah. So sorry, Buffett, you're JV. I'm just kidding. That's fucked up. I'm drinking Russian River tonight.
Murky.
You have to drink that when you play Russian roulette.
The Russian River is beautiful.
It's
Pee-pee?
Good beer.
Blue River.
Yeah.
Name lover.
I did do arcade stuff other than fucking make room all day.
Oh, that's right. You were talking.
That's right. There's no rules.
So
And
Carrie's turn.
we don't have a question.
We don't have a question, so yeah. So please,
Yeah, which is awesome. I'm so sick. I'm so sick of Selkie Burn. I just can't do it. I threw up in my mouth a little. Hey,
Oh, thank you for
Buffett.
that.
Buffett.
Speaking of threw up in your mouth. No,
Somehow he got the link.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Here comes our
Son of a bitch.
We were just ending.
Andrew, I thought we agreed we weren't going to send him an invite.
Yeah.
Didn't you get that wink?
Wait a
secret
minute.
gesture?
How many of you motherfuckers bought Star Wars Battlefront 2? Which Buffett pointed out after I told you guys. None of you.
I already have it.
Not one. I already have it
already.
too.
Yeah. So all the rest of you are fuckers.
Buffett made a point, and I sent out the same exact sit for
Well, it's $3.
We have
$3. $3.
Yeah.
$2.
I don't know. I
busy
can buy
watching
like
Cobra
half
Kai.
a glass of craft beer for that, you know?
Nobody shows up on Thursdays anyway.
I was too busy binge watching Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say though. Is that when's the last time we did PC gaming on Thursday?
Yeah, I haven't gone. in a
I
while.
am there every single week, and you guys don't show up, so
Wow.
Oh man, I feel
Aw.
bad. I've been doing VR. Sorry.
Well, I took, if there's
how
nothing.
many times can you jerk off in one night?
Nah, it's not, I'm not even doing that's
Yeah,
real.
but-
real.
You just run dry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if there's nothing posted in the.
I'm
in the
playing games
channel,
now with my
Well,
wife.
eventually it just becomes VR jerking off.
It's V jerk. V jerk.
It's like when taking the dogs on the walk and they keep lifting their leg. And you're like, dude, you're not nothing.
You're
You're
just
playing
sentient.
nothing.
Yeah.
You're going through
I
the
believe it.
motion.
I believe it's the term is V jerk.
There you go.
But if no one posts in Slack, then I just assume that nothing's happening.
I'm on every single Thursday, but no one joins.
What are you playing on Thursday?
I played
V-jerk.
Unreal. I've done Quake Champions by myself. I mostly just play with myself.
Oh, just like me.
That one coming.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm fine with that.
So you're just like $300 shy of VR.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm in the VR world of Skyrim and I can't get out.
I'm
It's a
sorry.
rim job.
Yeah.
I have to say, I'm fucking.
Well, that was a rim shot.
Rim shot, yeah, there you go.
Now, rim
But,
shot versus rim job is very different. Skyrim, I'm sorry.
Rum shota?
Interface is fucking I know
One's on the
people-
receiving
I know
end,
people
what
like
the difference
Oh,
is.
it's good.
over Skyrim, but like the interface and everything about that game is a piece of shit.
Yeah, I hate the
It's
interface on it.
It's so frustrating.
Lame.
I will not play it.
Especially when you got to switch from like either using magic or items. It's a whole different interface.
Not even that far. I got to the point where it was like, oh hey, like pick up like this sword and a vest and some
Good goddamn.
piece of shit motherfucking. So it was like pick up a sword and a vest and some pants, and I was like, all right, sweet. All right, I picked those up, and it was like equip them, and I was like, sweet, and I equipped them, but no, I didn't equip them. I just dropped them, and then I walked away, and I was like, why didn't you equip your sword? And I'm like, the interface is so fucking terrible. You can't even like pick up a sword and then put it in your hand. It is such a pile of shit game.
You have to pick up the sword, then you have to go to your inventory and equip it. It's a pain.
I know.
It's kind of
Maybe,
a pain.
maybe the game has a great story to tell, but the interface is such a fucking crap shit piece of crap. Nonsense.
Tell me how you really feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So maybe I'm the first person on YouTube to ever say Skyrim sucks, but fuck Skyrim. That's a
Oh,
piece
wow.
of shit game, and fuck that game.
I like it.
Fallout 4 was awesome.
You just crushed Mock.
No, it's all right.
But-
I like Fallout and I like Skyrim.
So Fallout's pretty awesome. I love the titties in it, and Skyrim is basically suck a pile of dicks.
I'm having fun in it. When you
I'll-
use crossbow, when you use a bow and
Maybe
arrow
I'll-
in
maybe I'll
VR,
play
you
it on
actually
my
pull back
Switch.
the arrow and let go of it, and
Yeah,
it's a whole different experience. So it's a lot of. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway, Carrie, you have to pass it to somebody.
Who has it gone?
It was like an hour ago.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, I'm the host. I'm trying to keep things moving along.
No wonder I didn't get an invite.
Right. I'm passing it to you, Buffett.
I got an invite, but I don't know what the question is.
There
wasn't
is
a
no
question.
What did you do this week?
Who are you? What do you do this week? And what are you drinking?
And what's your sign?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. We should make that just the question of the week next week.
All right.
No,
That'd be quick.
And what's your sign and does it fit?
God, he's
Yeah.
gonna say sweet tea.
You agree with it?
yeah. Sweet tea, yes, absolutely. Andrew got it right.
Aw. Andrew.
Yeah. No, I've been working on laser ball and I've been working on Galaga boards and
Laser ball, nice.
yeah. So been working on right now. I'm building a JAMA adapter for Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy.
Not Lover Boy.
No,
Right, not to be
Wonder Boy.
confused with Loverboy.
Wander Boy.
For you
But,
perverts.
Telling you what. But I don't know what else I've been doing. Packing up stuff.
Well, shit, we haven't really checked in with you for the last couple of weeks. So
Yeah, what have you
packing?
done? Are you packing to move? Like what? Or just
No,
packing?
just organizing the shop and packing stuff up to get to sell and stuff like that. You know, so stuff to get rid of, etc. No, I'm not going anywhere. 2 weeks ago or whatever it was, I went on my fishing trip with my dad. So we
You
were
guys
out.
go up kind of near a fun spot too, don't you?
Yeah, we go up to Connecticut, up there around Barkhamsted, Torrington,
Okay.
Winstead, places up there, all around those areas.
Sounds all British.
You know, the northern colonies are that way. I don't know what to tell you. So I don't know, but no, it's fun. We go up there to trout fish. Go up there and stomp the riverbank a while, see what's going on. So
Nice.
yeah, you know, catch some, you lose some. You know, bring some home to eat. So yeah, it's pretty fun. We do it every year, so it's really cool. If one spot would coincide with trout season, we might come up there for an extra day, and we might actually come up to Brofest and all that happy jazz. But because it doesn't, well,
When is trout season for people like myself who don't know what that is or when that is?
it's basically opening day is like I think right around the first weekend of April or whatever it is.
Okay.
They stock throughout the year. It runs all year long, but the actual stocking is
Your
a
best
lot
chance
later.
of getting good stuff is
Yeah.
beginning.
But dude, you just said it runs all year long.
Right.
That includes the
Yeah.
weekend of Brofest.
Yeah. I
Done.
was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First
but
weekend of June.
Yeah.
Right. But we only go up the third week.
Well, then change that
Yeah.
because
I-
it's
we-
still
I-
trout season.
I can't.
Well, we can't change Brofest because that's when it
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
always has been too. So
but yeah, no, I always go up the third week. So less crowds, less, go up during the week, so there's less folks, out on the rivers and stuff, and you don't have to worry about getting tangled up with other people and kind of go where you want. And
So you go the weekend before Memorial Day when it probably gets really busy, right? Or
No, that April.
April. Sorry. Yeah. You're right. You're right. Yep.
I bet it wouldn't be crowded at all if he went up the very last weekend of May / the first weekend
First
of June.
weekend. I
I
agree.
bet there'd be
the
hardly
first
anyone there.
weekend after Memorial Day, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the first weekend after Memorial Day, I bet that would be like there'd be like almost nobody to.
They,
Well,
do-
They stock at the beginning of April for opening day, for official opening day. So
Which is why it wouldn't be crowded if you came
Uh,
the first weekend after Memorial Day.
absolutely.
You might not get as many fish, but really, how many
Well,
fish can you get anyway? We'll buy some fish at the local supermarket.
No.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Listen here. Let me get my other phone. Hold on a second. I will tell you my count from the last.
I say whatever it is, we raise him one.
Yeah.
How much
He's
would
getting
trout be?
whipped.
Like what, like $4 a pound?
Yeah. You'll be surprised on how many fish we actually catch. Notepad. Let's see here. Where's it at? All right. 2016, day 1, I caught 11. My dad's buddy caught 19. My dad caught 23.
Wow.
Day 2, I caught 18. My dad's buddy caught 3. My dad caught 54.
Whoa.
Wow.
Day 3, my dad caught 14. Huh?
What happened to your dad's buddy? He went from like 20-something to 3. Like that's a.
He doesn't fish as much.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I was.
He's one who drinks
puking
beer.
in the water. The fish just like scatter.
Yeah.
Like screw this, we're out of here.
Yeah.
You get to
And then
keep all of these, or do
yeah,
you have to
I
like
caught
throw them back?
Yeah, I caught 19.
Catch and release.
Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, is there a limit on the number that you can catch and
Not on what you can catch, what you can
we
keep.
can keep?
Yes.
Right. So how many can you keep?
It is 5 per person per day.
I'm sorry. How much was it?
Yeah, it's 5 per person per
5
day.
per person per day. Okay, so if you came instead and changed your weekend and we bought you 6 fish, 6
Well.
trout to take home,
There you
then
go.
you would be a fish ahead than you came out, and
Absolutely.
you get to see your friends.
Store-bought fish are junk.
Oh.
Work with me here, dude.
I know.
but
Yeah,
it's not
seriously.
me
Like,
you have to
it's-
convince. It is my dad you have to convince. He's the one that pays the
Oh.
bills.
Oh well, yeah.
I go when he says we're going. I am welcome to go along for the ride. That's the way that works.
Your initial response there was pretty fucking harsh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Store-bought fish are shit. Like you said, right?
I like him.
And
My
no
dad
one
does
here is
not.
going to disagree with you, but
But
you're not picking up the.
Yeah,
we were trying.
if you want to know the counts for the 2017 trip, I'll let you know. It's a lot more. So, but yeah, day 1 on the 2017, my buddy caught 3. He had never trout fished before, so we had to teach him how to do it.
Oh,
I caught
fun.
10. My dad's buddy caught 19. My dad caught 50.
Wow.
Inconceivable.
Yeah, one of them was a 10-pound, 10-pounder.
Wow.
10.
How many?
I know. Yes, they kept that one.
10.
Yeah,
Fucking 10.
Total caught day 1 was 82. Day 2, my buddy caught 17. I caught 21. My dad's buddy caught 26. My dad caught 50.
Hike.
How do you remember these numbers?
I have them in my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're looking
total.
them up. All right.
Yeah, total for day 2 was 116. Total we caught.
Wow.
Day 3, my buddy caught 29. I caught 19, including a 5-pounder. My dad's buddy caught 0. He didn't fish. My dad caught 26.
That's my guy right there.
Total was 74. Total overall we caught was 272.
Wow.
So this is why we go on opening day or opening month.
I
The
love
question-
that story.
So Dave from Buffalo asks, but how many did you eat?
We don't eat any while we're there.
Oh,
All we
Jim,
do is, that's all we do. Is,
What's your scale of fish to squirrel on a typical hunting trip here?
Well, it's harder to do the catch and release with the squirrels.
Yeah, a little bit.
Catch and release with squirrels.
We'll
Just,
throw that
just
one
shoot
back.
past their heads. Just shoot over them.
Yeah.
On an average squirrel hunt.
How many pounds of squirrel?
so if you want to know this year's, I'll tell you. Day 1.
I want to hear more about squirrels.
I like that. He doesn't wait for an answer.
No.
From us. Why not? I'll
If
tell
I
you.
wait for an
Okay,
answer,
day
it'll be-
1.
If I wait for an answer, it'll be 2 hours later.
the IRC is blowing up. By the
Yeah,
way.
you know.
It's true. Buffett knows
Buffett
better.
knows.
He's seen the show.
Yeah,
They just say,
the
I'll
inception
tell
of the
you.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Day
This year.
1.
He's
Day
fried.
1 was really hard fishing because they didn't stock much. It was a hard fishing day. Pop caught 3. I caught 5. My
Oh,
dad,
wow.
my buddy caught 0. It was really hard fishing that day.
Mm.
Day
Maybe
2,
smart
Pop
fish.
caught 37. I caught 24. My buddy caught 13. My dad caught a 3.35 pound. Day 3, my dad caught 25. I caught 40. My buddy caught 7.
Yeah, that does sound like Police Academy.
It's totally Police Academy.
It totally was. I had to turn the volume way down so I could keep talking.
I caught a 5.59 pound, 22.5 inches long, a 3.5 pounds, 19.5 inches long. My dad caught a 3 pound, 18-inch long. Total for the trip. Total for the trip was 154. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fish.
Now, mind you, we fished from about 6:30 a.m. till about 4:35 o'clock p.m. That's how long we fished every day for 3 days.
Damn.
So
I'm sensing a new question of the week. Like each week we talk about how much fish we've caught in the last week. I would prefer
I
that.
can actually
I
can contribute to that after Memorial Day weekend. I'll be able to contribute to that. That's pass opener.
I watched my cat catch a silverfish.
That's the creepiest fucking bug ever.
I hate that bug. And then you kill it, it turns to like powder.
Oh god,
they're harmless.
Nasty.
I hate.
No, I know they're harmless, but like it's like earwigs. They're harmless, but they look so evil and gross.
Yeah.
Well,
it has like 3 like weird tentacles on it.
Silverfish actually eat your clothing, by the way. Just so
Yeah.
you know, they actually eat your clothing.
My cats eat
So when I'm
clothing.
when I'm cleaning out the garage, one of the things I moved on Saturday was this giant, or Sunday was this giant mirror thing that was in my garage, and as I moved it out because I decided I might as well it's time to get it hauled away and thrown out. I take it out, and as I'm walking out with it, I see this giant ass spider at the bottom of it. Black Widow. So, so I had
you gotta beware of those ass spiders.
Yeah, I had 2 black.
Just standing there, like looking at themselves.
Yeah, yeah, right. So yeah, I had 2 Black Widows in my garage for a while. One the arcade type and one the non-arcade, and it was a big one too. And I took it out, and usually, like, if it's a spider, I'm like, go forth and get the bugs, and I'm like, sorry, Black Widow.
Spider, yeah, Black Widow is a kill.
Yep. No, I stepped on it, and I was like, ugh, I hate killing them, but
well, before you killed it, did you at least take the 4-inch Wecos off of it?
Yeah. Nice.
Save that 6100.
Yeah. Are you an 8-way?
When I first moved into this house, it was full of Black Widows, and we had to call an exterminator to get rid of them. I killed like 8 of them the first week here. I'm like, oh, we gotta call somebody.
What's the limit on those? How many can you keep?
I don't know. I had them all sprayed, like, and I haven't seen one since, so that's good.
How many did your cousin catch?
Hey guys, getting a little late East Coast. Talk to y'all next week.
All right, let it Rio.
Thanks, everyone. Talk to y'all. Andrew, talking to you. Dave.
Night, Leo.
That's Italian.
I'll write you about the my idea for the Donkey Kong.
I'll see you soon.
Will do.
I'll send you a
Right,
nude.
man.
No, I just got busy.
No problem. Same here. Thanks, Eric. Bye.
Mock, Andrew, you gotta check.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. God dang. Oh my God. Are you kidding?
It's like right
Oh,
under your alley.
jeez.
Oh no.
This gets better and better.
Oh my God, that's so wrong. The fish goes in the flour.
God,
What's that coming out of the dude's nose?
Oh my God.
Like something happens with his nose. All right, wait for it. There we go.
Unfortunately, I won't see it. I don't have IRC over.
Oh, none.
Wow.
Yeah, count your lucky stars.
I mean, I don't see any tentacles. You know, so
No,
Yeah, it's better than the tentacle porn.
Oh,
dirty fish wiener.
Yeah.
sorry, Sarah. I guess we scared you off. Have a good one.
Okay, I'm gonna go make myself a drink. I'll be right back.
Yay!
Peer pressure.
That GIF made her do it.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that made her uncomfortable. And you
I love how it
scared
ends
her
with
away.
parachutes.
Yeah, what's up with that? Well, having sex in the air.
Man, you find the weirdest stuff when you do Google searches.
I'm in IRC now. Post it again. I want to see. Dad, burn you.
Oh no.
The dark side of The
I think
internet.
that should be it again.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the culprit.
Sorry, Jimmy. Your.
And by the way, my Google image search for this was something fishy GIF.
Oh Jesus!
I mean, somehow that popped up on the search.
Something fishy GIF.
It had to be Japanese.
Oh, Japanese, huh?
The Legend of Overfish.
Yeah.
Orotsuko sushi.
Oh, sushi.
Doji. Orotsuko sushi. Never mind.
So
Has everybody gone?
Answered the question, yeah. So
What? There was a question.
well, not
Personal.
really,
I don't think
Oh,
Dave
just like what
went,
people picked up
and
from
Mark,
what
did
the-
you go?
kind of thing.
I don't think Mark or Dave went. And cousin Brian already left, I guess.
Yep. Well, I think the only people that went, Gak, was you, Andrew, and Carrie, right?
It could be.
Too far.
Oh, Fargo, North Dakota, somewhere Salt Lake City, you bummers! It's the arcade.
Oh, turn that off.
No.
Stop.
Wow, that would be an annoying ringtone.
Salt Lake City!
No, do it again. You did that one last week. Jesus, I'm like rolling the dice here. I should turn these games off.
How's that monitor?
They're all well. They're looks the same, but like I'm gonna turn this shit off before it breaks.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Or you can just enjoy it.
No. I haven't even played. Like seriously, tonight was the first night I turned these games on. Oh shit! I didn't even turn them all off.
They slept well throughout the winter months.
You
Everything.
get one of those
survived.
switchers.
Everything survived. So
You know, like those remote switchers.
Oh, remote. Yeah. I've got like 2 of them. Never used them.
Oh, really?
Maybe at the new place I'll use them.
I think they're cool. I had to turn on the whole arcade with it.
no, it's great. But, yeah.
They're like $30 or something on Amazon. They're not too
Yeah.
expensive.
The arcade. What the fuck is 720 still awake?
I'm not turning off.
All right, God, I'm turning
Fuck
off.
you! Yeah.
I want to stay on.
Oh, somebody's
Stu.
Fuck you! That's the one I was looking for. I had the wrong palette.
I know that, dude.
Fuck that. The arcade's off.
There it is. It's dark.
It's dark. This is the way it should be. Like
It's gonna start getting cold in there now.
no, it's like low tonight's gonna be like 65. So
Oh, dude, I don't know. Did you guys get like a heat wave at all in Denver?
it's hot here right now.
It's been, well, not tonight, but like yesterday, and then a couple days last week, it was in the 80s out here. Like all of a sudden, it just.
Oh yeah, no, we're in the 80s yesterday and today. So
Yeah, it's one of those things where it makes you question. It's like, do I turn on the AC or do I wait this thing out?
Yep.
And so it's been tricky because it was in the 80s, and that's like 15 degrees warmer than it should be this time of the year for us.
yeah, in May. Yeah, I shouldn't be getting in the 80s until like June, July.
Yeah, like for us, it's usually like July, especially late July is the hottest time, and
Yeah,
then
we're-
early August.
Yeah.
June is usually pretty comfortable.
Yeah, June's almost like still spring.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, July, August, September, it's like that's gonna be like 80s, 90s. We'll touch 100 every once in a while. But
Right.
yeah. No, so it's hot early.
Oh man, it's so weird. And we got a huge blizzard mid-April, so it's like
I know we were in snow like 2 weeks ago.
yeah, fucking weird.
But
But
going camping.
climate change doesn't exist. So
Yeah, that's bullshit.
yeah.
It just cycles.
Yeah, it's not like there's scientific evidence or proof.
None
right?
of that shit. Everyone else is muted. It's just you and I talking right now. So, Jim,
All right.
What have you been doing? So your dartboard, dude, that looks fucking awesome.
It turned out nice. Carrie,
your secondary monitor and how you did that's fucking brilliant. I love it.
I didn't tell you this. Thank you, by the way. I bought for that TV I picked up that I mounted on the wall was like a $30 Craigslist find.
Nice.
And it's 37 inches. And the dude is like, the sound doesn't work very well. I'm like, perfect.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I don't want it for the sound.
So that'll be $10. What did you
yeah, no. He showed up late.
Yeah.
And so he did take, I think, $10 off. So I ended up getting it for even less than that because he felt bad for showing up a little late.
Yeah, he should.
Then I had a wall mount kit for it that said it was good up to 42 inches. And I made the mistake. I didn't realize that I shouldn't have just gone by the inches of the size of the TV. I should have actually measured the holes, the base or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I had level. It was a nice mount. It had a built-in level, and I had it all mounted up there. And I got the brackets installed on the TV. And I get up on my chair and I stand up, and this TV's not too light. And I get ready to put it up there, and it just goes like this. And I realized that the bracket I had was too small. And I'm like, I almost lost my balance because I'm like, dude. So I realized that I needed to get the bigger bracket. It was only like $20, so I did that. But yeah, it turned out nice, and the VJ splitter obviously works. Carrie was up here not this last weekend, the weekend before, and we put the artwork on because the kit came with new decals, and
looks great.
So thanks. I made a mistake on it. I started with the most complicated stuff first. I don't know why. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Like there's some of these are really weird shapes. And it's a really thick, they're really thick decals, really heavy duty adhesive. But the old ones peeled right off, like because it's plastic, the cabinet. So I didn't have to use heat or anything because I was really worried. I'm like, I don't want to have to even try to fuck with heat on a plastic cabinet.
And then it gets all warped and shit like that.
Yeah. So they just peeled off, and I start putting all these decals on, and I get the big complicated ones, the ones over the buttons. I get those on real nice. I put one of they call them swoops. I think of them as like fins next to the coin door. These big, long, skinny decals. I get one on, goes on perfect. And the next one, I don't know if I just didn't line it up right or whatever, but I didn't get it lined up right. So I peeled it back and reset it, and I couldn't quite get it. So I peeled it back again, and then it delaminated.
Oh shit.
So I had like 3 little like clear holes in the black, and Carrie's like, well, just maybe it won't be that big of a deal. We played some games of darts and stuff, and the way it was and the setting, it wasn't too bad. But what ended up happening was not only did that get to my OCD eventually, but the one part where kept lifting a little bit, and it was a real pain in the ass. So I ended up ordering another. You can order just the set of those swoops
decals.
And so I ordered 2 of those because they're $20 for a set. So it wasn't that. So I'm like, I'll have an extra one just in case and slap that on there. But it's so nice to be able to call them directly and speak to someone and technicians and it's so fucking weird to have support for
support.
Right.
For a game. Like they're
always out of business for like 20 years.
Right. Yeah. It's so alien to me to have something that's still contemporary enough that you can call and get parts directly from the manufacturer and technical support. And like I had my IO board started having issues, and they sent me a replacement immediately and with the return label to send the old one back for no charge.
What?
And, like shit like that. And
it's almost like you're an operator.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be if you talk Ken Layton used to when he was working for his operator, he dealt with the Medalist dartboards, and so everything that's Medalist dartboards on Clav is all Ken Layton usually chiming in. And then apparently, because that's what he'll say, it used to be that you had to be an operator to get parts from them directly. Otherwise, you had to go through your distributor. But in my experience, because I got this dartboard in 2008, and I was able to order parts and speak to a technician directly through them. So I've only had experience of dealing with them directly. So it's been pretty awesome. Like they even when my IO board went, the hard drive at the same time, it's a solid state hard drive, and it's a Linux, just like Megatouch. They use Ubuntu, and it wouldn't boot up all the way. So like the IO board must have triggered something with the hard drive. Anyways, I couldn't get it booted up all the way, and the programmer emailed me, gave me some keyboard instructions to type in. So I plugged my keyboard into the motherboard, and gave me some commands, and it fixed it, and it's fine again. It just like remounted something. So like I'm getting support from their fucking programmers too. So it's awesome, and the thing's as solid as a rock now. Like it's awesome.
Where is it? We can't see it behind you. Like where do you?
It's right to the left of me. Like right.
The Christmas tree goes in the hole.
So like like in the Christmas tree would be right there. It's right across from there. You can see the tape, I think, of the throw line on the carpet.
No,
can you see that? Down on the floor.
Let me touch you. Oh yeah, all right.
Black.
Oh, so it's the same wall that you're facing.
Yes. So like it's on the same wall as my monitors.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's the throw line, because I didn't want to put the dartboard there with risk that if someone's drunk and they throw, even though they're soft tip darts, that it could hit like the plastic shroud on Super Hang-On or some shit. Plus, I think it balances out better on this side. So,
and how do you like the soft tip darts? The plastic?
You know, the funny thing is that I've only played steel. Like my dad had a steel tip dartboard, like just a hang on the wall one when I was a kid, but I never played them. And a cork, I think.
Cork,
a bristle. Yeah.
Bristle.
Is that right? Yeah. But
cork
the steel tip.
Yeah, it's a steel tip. That's what I've always played.
Okay. So my dad had that, and then I had a friend that had another hang on the wall one. But I never actually really threw darts until I was of drinking age, and we would go to bars, and all bars have our soft tip. And so that's all I've ever known.
All the bars I've ever gone to had steel tips. You had to bring your own darts, and
I
still have my own darts because of that.
Yeah, every bar when I was in my 20s that we would go to and we'd play darts, they're all soft tip, and they would have big like pictures of the cheap bar darts,
the shit darts,
and that's what we would play, and so like sharts, butt darts.
Sharp boards.
The sharp boards. Yeah, no, it's so
that's actually what I got used to was the soft tip, and even now, like that's every place that we go to, it's all soft tip.
And so do you do the same thing like the grams per darts? Yep. Like, do you have how many grams? Are you throwing?
With my most of mine are 18. The bar. So I bought a bunch of cheap bar darts that people would be used to, for the average Joe, and then I bought some nice ones. And nice, I mean they're like $50 for like a set. Like
of how many? Of 3?
3, and I bought 4 different styles. So I spent a couple $100 just so that there's a variety. And those are 18.
So the shit, like, what's the highest gram rate you have for your shit darts?
16, I think is the common. I don't know if they go heavier, but the most common ones are 16.
Yeah, I want to say like my metal tip ones.
They're lighter,
18 or 20 gram.
Yeah, so like my nice ones are 18s. They do go heavier, but you have to look at. But most of the commercial dartboards have specifications for how much they can handle.
Oh,
before you risk ruining like the matrix and stuff.
Sure.
So I think mine maybe goes up to like 20. But looking at the forums and stuff, most people recommend sticking with 18.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
Yeah. So it's all interesting stuff how everything works. But But yeah, that's what I'm used to, even though I'm terrible at darts, but that's what all the bars have.
So I remember talking to a pro dart player. So a friend of mine got me into darts. This was like in the I don't know, mid '90s. And
Yeah.
we used to go to a British pub out in California when I lived in Monterey, and called the Bulldog. And so after playing there for a few times, we went to this like sorry, no one else gives a shit about this story. I'm sorry, but like it's a dart story. So there was this like really creepy place in Monterey, and like there was this guy who was a grand master chess player and grand master dart thrower.
Oh no shit.
All right, so there's this main street in downtown Monterey called Alvarado Street, and he had this place that was like you had to have like a secret knock. I swear to God, it was practically like this: a secret knock to get upstairs into his apartment, and then you walk into his apartment, and his apartment was nothing but chessboards on every table, and then dartboards on every wall.
What the fuck?
And he was the dude you went to when you wanted to play chess or throw darts, right? And he was amazing at both these two games. So you'd go up there, and I remember I bought my first set of darts, so bodies, flights, everything from him. And then the immediate upgrade was go for the Teflon, I think it was, tips.
Tungsten, maybe?
Tungsten. Thank you. Yeah. Yep. So tungsten tips. So he would take like a great set of darts. So like you'd basically go there and then throw darts. He'd give you a bunch of different darts to throw. And then based on which ones you threw best, and I'm like a total amateur, so I'm just like throwing shit against the wall, basically. And he'd go, all right, so like what you need is like this set. This is like the weight that you throw. So you need a 20 gram or a 22 gram or an 18 gram, whatever it is, dart, based on how you're throwing. And then he would immediately, like, you buy a brand new set of darts, and he'd immediately pull the tips out and then put in the special tips for them that would stick better in these bristle boards that we were throwing on.
Yeah.
Your typical bar dart board, right? And then he would like basically play you at darts and be like, all right, so yeah, you're throwing those pretty good. So like, it's not really how you're throwing it. It's like how you're throwing it and how the darts are sticking in the board. And he'd be like, all right, let me tweak this here and there. And then he'd go back and like fuck with your darts. And then you'd walk out with like the perfect set of darts for you.
Wow.
And then
Sweet.
that's how I ended up with my first set of like darts, which I still have. I'm very proud of them. But the flights are all fucked up, and the shafts are fucked up. So you have to replace the shafts and the flights all the time. But the bodies and the tips are golden. They're like,
wow,
this guy set these darts up. It's like he was teaching you how to play chess.
That's awesome.
That's how I learned how to play darts. And like, so it was totally like at a bar. It's like I'd sit there drinking fucking Guinness all goddamn night, playing darts. But yeah, so amazing, dude.
Sweet.
Like he could barely stand up straight. Like it's like he would like he had like scoliosis. Like he would like walk up to the dartboard. It's like he would like it was like a transformer sound.
Oh no.
And he would stand up straight, and then he'd start throwing darts, and you're like, bullseye. And then, so that was actually one of his great tricks, like how he taught you how to play darts. He's like, just throw your first dart. Don't give a shit where it hits. Just throw a dart out there. And then his thing was like, that's where you're aiming. So wherever that hit, was the 17s or 13s or like wherever it hit on the board, it's like, that's where you hit, and then you just throw the next two darts, and you want to make sure that like between your thumb and index finger, you can put that would be where you want to hit. Every body should hit within that same circle.
Oh, interesting.
So that was his training. So it's like you just like basically close your eyes and throw your dart at the dartboard, and then your next two darts, that's where you're aiming. So for every game, it doesn't matter where you're throwing the dartboard. It's about where you're aiming for that first dart. And you want to make sure that you could do the okay single. And it's like if you can do an okay, then you're good.
Interesting.
Amazing. So I darts for me, like I would love a bristle board in here because like that is a huge part of my early 20s.
Well, it's yeah.
And actually, it was funny. Like the guy that sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
So the one guy that I used to play with, who was fuck man, I wish I remembered his name. He used to play professionally darts in Las Vegas at the big tournaments.
Oh shit!
And he would come back to California and hang out, and he would kick all of our asses. It was ridiculous. It was like he'd be like, "Oh yeah, trip 20, trip 18, trip 19, next round." And you're like, I don't even know where to start.
Right? Yeah.
He's like fucking. He's like closing out like yeah.
Just, me and Carrie are playing, and we're running out of rounds because we're not closing stuff out fast enough.
He's like, fuck it. Trip 20, trip 19, 18. Next one. Oh, you pointed me. All right. So trip 16, double 16. Sorry about that. And you're like, what the fuck? But like,
it's like watching some of those tournaments is like that too. It's just unbelievable.
The point system
like these
just destroys. But yeah, so I love the idea though. Like darts for me is a huge thing. Like to me, Guinness and darts is like
it's such a good party game. I mean, people that don't
anyone will play darts.
Yep,
it's fun. Like
they know how it works. They know that I'm just and people can be drunk and everyone can suck or whatever and just keep playing one-handed shit and
it doesn't matter.
That's why I have. Oh, you can't see it. Maybe I don't know. You can see that little wall-mounted shelf.
Shelf. Yeah, see the shelf.
That's where all my dart stuff is. And so I want people to be able to set drinks too.
You gotta have a place to put your drinks.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's kind of the same thing. It's like I remember that I have this kind of nostalgia for playing darts, even though I'm terrible at it. But it's a great party game. Yeah. It's a ton of fun. But yeah, I was looking up rules because I'm like, me and Carrie are just like, we suck, and all of a sudden we're on average, a game of cricket allows 25 rounds to finish the game, and we're getting to the end, and it's just like giving the winner to the default, whoever. And I'm like, we need to either improve, or I can go into the options, and you can set it up to as many rounds as you want. But I'm like, that's not fun.
And cricket was all we ever played.
Cricket, and then maybe like a 301, like 501.
Very rarely we play 301.
But it's almost always cricket.
It's always cricket. Yeah.
Yep. And it's just a variation of what type of cricket do you want to play.
Right.
I like the random one. Random and hidden is fun. Because then it's not the same numbers. Yeah.
His thing with playing with the electronic boards is that you do the same thing like he was talking about. Like this guy was just like really good. He was solid, but like the Grandmaster guy with like the okay thing.
Yeah.
Right. But this guy was saying that with the electronic boards, like basically what happens is that you nail one dart into the trip 20 or whatever you want to hit.
Yeah, and then you go for the dart.
And then you just hit the flight.
Yeah.
That's what you're shooting for, to basically just re-hit that same point.
Right.
Every time.
That doesn't work all the time on very much. I don't find it working real consistently on the new especially on the newer boards. I think they
it's smart at that.
I guess I think it depends because there needs to be a certain amount of pressure. But yeah, it's funny. I was talking
throw the dart sideways just to hit that same.
Oh, yeah.
Just to hit the same point to just do it.
Sure.
Again. And that was the trick.
Yeah, I don't know if that's an illegal move or not because I never see that in
the electronic registers. They call it a good point.
Well, they go by the board, but as far as the throw, like the technique goes, or maybe that's just frowned upon. Maybe it's like a good sportsman thing or something. Who knows?
Maybe
an honor system.
Apparently, all the good players they're playing with bristle boards anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I mean,
if the dart sticks, it's stuck, and that's what counts.
Yeah, I mean, if on YouTube you see both competitions.
Yeah.
What's really big overseas is like all. I shouldn't say all of them, but the videos I saw for my style of dartboard are like Vegas and then overseas, like in Hong Kong and stuff. These guys are playing on the same style boards, and it's just incredible to watch them. And then I was talking to so a lot, like the newer boards have, on average, they have 2 different sensors in them, and at least at like bars and stuff like that, they'll have the sensors enabled, and one is like a motion detector, which is basically to detect the player going up to remove the darts. So it'll automatically tell you to remove the darts, so you don't have to hit a button.
Yeah,
you pull the darts and it goes. The other sensor is a missed dart detector, which is a vibration sensor that sticks to the back of the board that basically detects if your dart hits a non-targeted area, so that it'll mark that a dart was missed.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to putz around with that stuff because my board supports that, but when I was talking to the technicians, and then also when I was watching videos, I realized that they're not using these sensors, and the reason why is because they don't want to leave anything to a possible unreliability. And so, like, once in a great while, you may get the missed dart detector may if you hit a number hard enough, it may mark it as a missed dart. You don't want that happening. And so it's just better to leave. He said for tournaments especially, and for the league, they never use those sensors. The players will throw their darts, and then that way they can remove their darts and hit the button without worrying about the timer running out when they're removing the darts, and that getting marked, or a bad missed dart detection.
Right.
So I thought that was really interesting because I was all like,
how often do you get a thing where you Robin Hood a dart?
Robin Hood.
So Robin Hood would be like
it's the dart itself.
Yeah. Right.
Oh.
So where you get a dart which hits actually in the into the flight.
Spot. Oh.
And gets trapped behind it. So like I've done that a bunch of times, like tons of times. Right. And I'm not a professional dart player, but it's like you throw a dart and your next dart hits the flight and then travels up the flight and then gets trapped in the other one. And then you literally have 2 darts stuck together.
Oh, I don't think I've ever done that. Maybe that's more common with steel tip.
I've done that dozens of times.
I've never seen it with a soft tip, but then again, I'm not a good dart player either.
I just wonder, like, does it treat that as being, because like the problem is like theoretically that should have hit the board. It's a good throw.
Yeah, and I'm sure that it would be marked as a good dart.
Yeah. But the problem is, like, where does it hit? Because you could hit that dart in the same place, but it's not necessarily Robin Hood with enough velocity where it would hit in exactly the same place on the board,
right,
vertically or horizontally. It's just that it hit the other dart that was already stuck in the.
Right, but I think that would be enough. I think that'd be enough pressure to
cause another trigger on the same exact point, which may not be accurate either.
Right. Well, I mean, you look at the board, or at least the soft tip board, and the entire target head has tiny holes in it for the darts to stick in. So I'm sure it would hit one of those.
Well, no, but the thing is that it sticks, so it literally hits the same exact.
Right, but if it hits that dart in the back, it's going to hit the same sensor,
and that would still trigger as being.
I think that would still trigger it. It'd be the same thing.
Therein lies the same problem. It's like, could I hit that with a dart sideways with enough force to create the same scenario where that one point?
I think that would have more force than hitting it sideways.
Conversation.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I know. Gak is like,
I am hyper fascinated by it because, like, I love darts and I wish I had space in here for darts. I don't think hitting it sideways, I think, has less of a probability of triggering another number than hitting it dead on. Just the physics of it, you're gonna have more weight going that way. But if you let's say if you fuck the rules, right? And let's say you just nailed a dart double bull,
sure,
right? And then you walked up with a fucking ball peen hammer and just tapped the back of that dart. What would happen?
It would trigger it again.
and you'd hit the same exact point, it would be happy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because it's already stuck in there.
End of question. I'm just wondering if that point becomes like once it's hit, it's dead, or if you have to hit a new point.
No, that's why they give you like 6 or 7. I think it's 6 seconds to remove the darts before it acknowledges the next player to throw. Because if they don't do that, when you're removing those darts, even the pressure if you point it out could trigger it. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to kill it. I just love darts, and we have never ever talked darts really.
Boring.
Totally boring. And I love Jim, like what you've done with that dartboard. Like,
it's awesome.
Oh, it looks immaculate. It looks great.
I assume you're going to have a video.
Transformed this game into being like a modern, awesome game, and it's still supported, which is crazy.
I know, it's so weird. You know what's even crazier is that when I had the older hardware from the mid '90s in there, and I called them up for some technical support. I had some questions about the sensors. And if my older version supported them, and the technician admitted that he doesn't work on those older boards anymore, so he gives me a number. I forget the guy's name. He gives me a number to a technician that worked for Meadows for 25 years and has since left, but would be happy to answer my questions. And I'm thinking, oh great! I call this guy up, and I leave a voicemail. He calls me right back and gives me a wealth of knowledge and is just happy to assist me, even though he doesn't work for Medalist anymore.
That's awesome.
I wish I could hire people like that.
Right.
That is amazing.
And this is all just like free. Like, I can't say enough good things about them. Like, they're awesome. And he had me send him a picture of the inside of my dartboard, and was like, "Wow, that looks really good," because he wanted to see how he had some questions because when I was having some problems. And but it took me 3.5 hours. I think 3.5 hours to tidy up all the cabling inside, because you saw that rat's nest. Because you're putting out, you have to put them. You only have a very limited space for that motherboard and all the power supply and stuff. Because I didn't tell you this story, but I bought a separate audio amp for the speaker, because the one that was on the IO board is weak, and I didn't like the quality of the sound.
We saw the amp on Slack, right?
Yeah. So I bought that, and I had everything all mounted, and what I thought was going to clear the door just fine. And I booted up, and everything boots. I'm like, yes, okay. And so I'm like, well, before I start tidying up all the cabling, let me just make sure the door closes. And I close it, and it gets like within about an inch, and I'm like. And sometimes the door you do kind of have to lift it up to push it in. And me being an idiot, I forced it, and all of a sudden I heard something snap, and the door closed. And I'm like, "Fuck, what happened?" I pull it out, and the whole entire power connector for that audio amp snapped right off, gone. No. And the whole entire, it wasn't just the solder that broke, the pads, everything just gone. And the seller sent me a replacement, because it was a cheap audio amp. It was like, what did I pay for that? $20 maybe. And it supports 200-watt speakers. Not that I needed that, but it's a tiny little thing, and it got really good reviews.
200-watt speakers would be like, fucking like
last year.
I just wanted it to be powerful enough, because the audio is coming out of the motherboard, and the motherboard you can't adjust. It's not like a computer where you can go down to your little icon and change it, because it's in the software already, and you can't. There's no audio setting in the software, so it's all pod adjustable. And so that coming out of the motherboard, you need something powerful enough to boost that. So that was one that got really good ratings for the price, and it sounds great. But yeah, so I had to get a replacement for that. But it took me 3 hours to clean up all that wiring and make it tidy, but it was worth it. Anyways, it's easy when you only have one project to put a shit ton of time and focus into that one.
Super jelly. So who else hasn't answered questions, talked tonight, who wants to talk?
Yeah, because me and Andrew are done. We're leaving now.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
we're going to go play some darts.
I want to play some fucking darts, dude.
Well, Nat 2021. No, I'm just kidding.
There you go.
That's going to be at Jim's house.
Yeah, the apartment in Minnesota.
Well, there'll be people out on the balcony. I could easily squeeze the Hangout crew over here.
We'll do MGC and Jim's house.
There we go.
Carrie, we had what in some of our parties we've had like 15 people and easily.
Yeah, it's been a bunch, but yeah, playing Cards for Humanity.
How many people can you fit in your bed is what I want to hear.
10.
Yeah.
All right.
It is the full king. Yeah.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah. But yeah. So, anyway,
sorry, who has not talked that wants
Mark,
to
I
talk
think,
about,
has something arcade to talk about.
Yeah. Real quick, I just want to.
Not real quick. Stretch it out.
No, stretch it out.
Right. We talked about darts for like half
I've
an hour.
got some arcade news. Since I'm the pinball guy, kind of. Well, Andrew's a pinball guy too, but. First of all, have you guys ever downloaded or played from Steam or on your phone or on PlayStation, Xbox, Pinball Arcade? You guys heard of that?
A long time ago, yeah.
On my phone,
recall.
Okay. Well, get this. They don't want to renew their license for the Williams tables.
Shit.
So they're losing all their Williams tables.
Even if you paid for them?
No, if you paid for them, you can still have them.
All right.
But if you don't have, any new people, and they're going to remove it off as available too, so you won't even see it on there. And that's happening June 30th. So between now and June 30th, if you ever want to play, I don't know, Black Knight 2000, or if you want to play Whitewater or Medieval Madness, and that's kind of what got me into pinball again, was playing that.
Star Trek. Yeah.
Star Trek. Yeah, there's a shit. That's a really stupid decision. They have worked so hard to make these games on Pinball Arcade, and for them to lose that license.
What do you think happened? Is Williams, whoever represents Williams, just wants too much money, or what?
Freaking out.
There's a lot of rumors going on. Their press release doesn't say a lot. It's just we're just not going to renew it, kind of a thing. People are speculating that either it was too much money or that Stern wants to be the dominant one. So I don't know. I was really upset that they're gonna get rid of it, because it was a really cool way to play games that you don't have, to see if you even like the game at all. It's and they kept promising VR support, and right now there's a hack to use it. I don't know if it's still working or not, but where you can actually look down and it looks like a pinball table in front of you. And some people have actually built a little portion of the pinball table when they play it with their VR glasses, so it feels like they're actually standing in front of a pinball table.
Wow!
Hey guys, not to interrupt, but is it just stuck on? Like, I'm looking at the YouTube stream, and it's like stuck on me. Is that the same for you guys, or is it just on me? Wait, I'll stop talking.
It seems okay to me.
Let's say it's on you right now because you're talking. Say, hold on.
Let's see. No, it's not going off of you. It's only on you. Are you have it still set at presenting you?
Well, I'm not the show host though, so I
am.
It doesn't say presenting though.
It's been on Jim's for like an hour.
No, I stopped presenting Jim. No, I'm not.
So that happened to me once. I had to leave and come back in to reset it.
Wait, now it went off. It went off of him now.
No, it did.
Yeah.
I was like, welcome to the Jim show. I just happened to look, because like you guys have been switching back and forth just fine in the live
I've been
the
seeing
Hangout.
the switch on. Yeah.
Okay, it's okay now. Yeah.
I just presented Chris.
Now it's time for
that happened to me once.
What the hell?
Now Jack can be on for an hour.
Yeah.
How do I get off of this?
Yeah.
They just all of a sudden said I'm presenting.
Gene, stop this crazy thing.
Yeah. Chris, why are you showing yourself, Chris?
Chris.
Is it still
All right, I got two more news items.
Yeah, that was a biggie.
That's a big one. Yeah, that one sucks because
That's
I don't know. It's a really cool. I can't believe how much time they spent building those and being meticulous about it, and they're just going to let them. Someone really dropped the ball on that one, and there's a lot of angry people about that.
So who has the rights to Williams pinball stuff now?
I don't know. No, but it's a really bad business practice to.
So I recall,
for their
a couple of
that's like
years ago.
They're half their shit.
Yeah.
On their
I recall a few years ago something about, Williams became this, became that, and then it's like a casino gambling games or something like that now.
Yeah, they do. What do you call it?
Video poker, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
slot machines.
Slot machines. Yeah, that's what they do.
Sharts.
Yeah,
Sharts.
Sharts.
So anyway, Williams also made some of the best pinball tables, I think, and from the '90s. They just made some stellar stuff. So, okay, so on the next thing I have is some on pinballnews.com. The people that are throwing the Northwest Pinball Arcade Show that's happening on June 8th, they put a post on Facebook saying, every day you're going to win a prize. First day you're going to win this. Second day you're going to win that. And then the last day, the grand prize, you're going to win a Monster Bash remake. And they had a poster. But they hadn't announced that they're going to make that the remake from their next game, even though it's like everybody is anticipating it. And I'm anticipating it. But no one was supposed to. Yeah, so I guess they were going to get a remake to give away.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to get one. So anyway, they quickly removed it, and now it just says "win a game, win a pin." So that's kind of funny that was released. So hopefully they're going to make an announcement. I'm guessing they're going to make the announcement at that.
So sidebar on that, Mock. I don't know if you know who the guy is. When I explain him, you probably will know him. He lives up in the Seattle area, I think. He was an ex-NBA basketball player, professional player, and he's huge into pinball.
Is it Seattle?
Yeah. I guess he has like a huge pinball. Guy has like a huge pinball collection.
Yeah.
Andrew, I think I might have pointed him out to you at CAX a couple years ago.
Yeah.
The dude's like 7.5 feet tall. He's over 7 feet at least. He's a huge guy. Yeah, and he's got a bunch of pinballs, and the story is like every time there's any of those raffles, like at CAX or up at the one you just mentioned, the Pacific Northwest Pinball, whatever that is called, he puts in like $1,000 or something crazy like that worth of tickets.
Oh wow!
So like, he doesn't always win, but he's got a good chance every time.
Yeah. See, I've heard people doing that at CAX, that they do that when they give away a pin a day. Yep. Yeah, they give $1,000 and the chances are pretty high that
There was that one dude that was buying all those tickets at Brofest.
Right, and he won a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he did.
Brofest.
Nothing stopping
a raffle guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The raffle fool.
I think everyone has someone that they know that they would deem like the luckiest person they know. I have a friend that I swear he wins like every sweepstakes and raffle.
Oh yeah, but they
like,
enter everything though. They spend a day doing that, but they win tons of shit. I had a friend win.
What is that? Radio shows. Was it Real Genius? Right.
Well, is that what they did? That
no, Real Genius. It was a guy who what's the guy who lives in the closet?
Oh yeah, the little hermit dude.
Yeah, and
it's the Uncle Rico's van dude
with the cookies.
Uncle Rico's van dude, same guy.
Well, is it?
From
right.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
that is that guy.
Same guy. Yeah.
Yeah. But what is his name in Real Genius, though? That weird guy who lives.
I don't remember his name. He was the hermit.
Where the fuck
nerd.
We need him.
Paging Mr. Hermit.
Yeah, right.
Time Runner, where are you?
Paging Mr. Herman.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Though.
Yeah.
Keep talking. I'll find
it.
it.
Sorry, my bad. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh.
Nice. But people
I'll
like
go
that.
Back to Guinness.
I was wondering if there's a point to it.
Cheers.
Yeah, he's a raffle guy who wins like a fucking boatload of prizes, like in a trailer and a motor home and a bunch of other shit at the end of the movie.
I don't even remember that. That's in Real Genius. I don't even remember that
part. The character's name was.
I just remember the popcorn.
Lazarus.
Yeah. Laszlo Holyfield.
Yes.
The actor's name is John Grise or Grease.
Yeah.
You have smoked yourself retarded.
So yeah. The dude who he figures out how to beat a raffle prize and he enters
if it'll focus, I got it right here. I don't know,
1,000 times and then wins all the prizes.
Oh, good.
There we go. We got it right there.
Yeah,
there you go.
my lucky friend is like the weirdest looking guy there is. He's a short little red-haired freckly guy, big red curly fro, and he wins like everything. But he does. That's like what you're saying though. He enters
all the
everything.
time. I have a friend that does
radio
that.
shows and is on there for like hours trying to be the caller, and it's like
my friend uses special software that like it's sort of like autofill that Chrome has, but it's like a more advanced one for people that like to do sweepstakes. You know, fill out the forms for prizes. He just clicks a couple buttons and it autofills everything, and then boom, sends it off. Autofill, send. He does it like for an hour a day, and then like he reaps the rewards like a month or so later when they do the drawings. And
Steve, is it called a Selenium?
What, the software?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah,
Selenium does automated stuff for testing, but it does. For
I say we kill him.
Yeah. But it's just funny. It's just funny because he goes, "Hey, I won an Xbox One. Oh, I won a PlayStation 4. Oh, I won this. I won that." So it's like,
I ask him, has he ever won anything from cereal boxes?
Yeah.
Those are impossible, I tell you. Yeah.
I won a Frisbee from Captain Crunch.
a whistle, which allows me to make free phone calls.
Remember when
you're a
Crunch
kid
had the biggest, best prizes? No, they don't have shit either.
You're eating cereal though, and there being like a sweepstakes or something, and you think, "Wow, I really have a shot at winning." You know what? This, whatever.
I
some
hated
giant
the proofs of purchase you had to collect, like 5 of them, and then you could submit it.
I remember my mom went through a whole phase of collecting the little Debbie or the Betty Crocker points on all the boxes.
Yeah, you could have used it for stuff.
That's a great question.
To get the book.
All right, so like your mom did that. So have any of you guys ever done other stuff where you clipped out?
Yep. Okay.
I have.
I just thought of one.
Wait. Just hold on. Let me finish the fucking question.
Question of the week next week. Anything but Spellkeeper.
Clipped out something
nice
of UPCs
and then sent away for something.
Sending away for something. They had to wait 6 to 8 to 12 weeks to get the mail back in the day.
Should that be a question next week?
I don't know. It's a question
we could do that.
So
obviously we'll forget, and we can make it the question of the week after tonight.
Chris has an answer. So
yeah,
I have an answer
my
too.
first one.
All right. So
two.
Did anyone else here? All right, so Chris did it. Steve did it.
I know I did it. I just can't think of what I did for.
I know.
I did it.
I did it for two different things, actually.
All right. So I'm just saying, like, could we create a question of the week that was actually interesting?
All right.
Yeah.
It's not really arcade related.
I tried to do that.
It could be 80s related.
And we could talk about whether we sell, kept, or burned the fucking thing.
Yeah. So, like, you did something that was mail order that involved.
Tell us how you really feel, Gary.
Yeah.
That's a great question, though.
That is a great question.
Like, because like there's some like very special things. So Star Wars, for example, had a cutout thing to get the Emperor.
Oh yeah, boy,
That
I
was
haven't thought
the
about
Emperor,
stuff like
the
that.
original the original Emperor action figure from Mattel was something you had to cut out UPC codes to get. Like, there's like tons of stuff out there that was a big deal. Like,
I know I did it. I just can't think of the toys and shit that I got.
All right, so figure it out, Jim. This is a question.
Got a week.
Boom.
We're gonna answer. Sorry, so there
Next
you go.
week. Is that what we're gonna do next week?
I think I can dig up the item that I got.
No way.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure I will look for it.
I have.
That's
Is that one of the gifts I got you?
That needs watering.
That's how I got you those flowers, Carrie.
Yeah.
I got a pet rock and a chia pet,
save up
a Rubik's cube.
I didn't save up for months.
12 UPC codes
from Honey Nut Cheerios. No,
from other girlfriends. No, that's funny.
Oh,
no, I'm sorry. That's terrible. But I love that because that was such a big deal in the 80s and
totally
in the 90s of like.
Well, and then it was so the suspense was terrible because like you set this thing off. It was gonna be like a couple months, and you don't know if it showed up or whether or not they sent you anything. It's not like
there was no email notification that it was shipped out or anything.
No, you just waited
This is
forever.
terrible. I hope it'll last.
Yeah, you got to wait forever for that shit.
I love that.
Snail mail, amazing.
So-
And actually, it's even more amazing today because no one does snail mail.
Right.
You know what sucks is like mine was supposed to arrive while I was away at a trip in Texas, so I wasn't sure if I was going to get.
Dude, please save this.
All right, I'll save it.
Yeah.
Because this will be a good one. This could be a good.
All right. I'll put that with the post that.
So so let's save this story.
I'll actually look forward to.
I
this
still have
question.
one more item in news.
I desperately want to hear
Okay.
Steve's story, but like, let's save the send away.
Okay, we'll save that for next week.
Mail order. Shit.
Okay, I got one more pinball thing.
Yep.
It's with your news.
So I brought it up in our Slack.
Mock
You
is
guys
the
ready?
official pinball news guy now.
Yeah, I'll be the
official
pinball
pinball
news
news
guy.
guy.
Stuff that I find interesting, anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Besides NSFW in Slack.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which thank you. very
Anything
much,
but
by
that
the way.
dartboard bullshit.
Oh, nice. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, we're not going to do a nice, not safe for work review here. We'll do that offline. Anyway, okay, so in the same thing on
TNA.
on pinball news also had some interesting rumors from. They said it was from multiple sources, and they're usually pretty dead on accurate usually with their stuff.
Okay. No, that would be multiple orgasms. It's different.
Meaning, if they say it, it usually comes true. Like they predicted stuff like like the Ghostbusters pins coming, that kind of stuff. So anyway, so it's been known that Jersey Jack, who did the latest the Pirates of the Caribbean pin and the Hobbit and Wizard of Oz, they have the license for Toy Story, and they have the license for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Well, they were supposed to make for their next pin was supposed to be Toy Story. Well, that's been pushed aside, and that's going to be after this next game. So they are going to do. The strong rumor is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Now, Jersey Jack, if you know anything about them, they really go all balls out for their game. I mean, they implement brands of toys.
Which games have they done so far?
Wizard of Oz.
Yep.
The Hobbit.
I've not played
Dialed In is one.
I played Dialed In.
Bizarre. Yeah.
What else? They've done. I'm missing one. What else? I know I'm missing one of them. Can't remember.
Someone needs to do Pee-wee's Big
Houdini?
Adventure.
Who did Houdini?
Just saying.
No, Houdini's a different company.
Okay.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Best game ever.
Yeah, I can't remember right now. But their games always have a ton of colors and lights, and the artwork's awesome, and that awesome LED. They usually do a LED up here and one on the playfield. A lot of times, like they did that with the Hobbit, so you don't have to look way up here. You just look quickly at the screen that's on the playfield. So if you think about it, Willy Wonka would actually make a good pinball with just every kid's demise is a mode.
Right, as long as it's visual and not based on the Tim Burton version.
Oh no, it is.
No.
This is the original.
Augustus, save some for later.
This is based on the original. So you're gonna get probably the Oompa Loompa songs. Each Oompa Loompa song will be a mode. Who knows? It's just it's kind of.
Let me in. I'm starving.
Orange face
Let me in, Augustus. That could be a really cool pinball table, though. So I'm looking forward to that. Whatever that's slated for 2019. Yeah. So you heard it here first that I talked about this. So we'll see in a year from now if it's true.
Spitting's a disgusting habit.
Yeah,
I know the worst one. Yeah.
So for reference, the Jersey Jack, do they do different levels, or is it just like you get the expert model or whatever it is?
Oh, you mean like premium and yeah, they do that, but they don't usually remove too many features. Okay. If they do, it's very light. What they remove, it's usually features that they add. Looks like like chrome or nice. Top
a rear view camera.
I feel like those should be like completely different themed pinball.
That's what I hate when Stern is way too extreme with their strip down on Pro versus Premium or Limited Edition. Yeah, so like they'll take out whole things that change the whole way the game plays.
Yeah, they build it for Pro.
I understand the whole price point thing, but to me, it should be a completely different theme.
Well, here's what sucks:
like when I was doing BMX stuff, it was like you had your price point bike that was like under $250.
Yeah,
that was not the same exact name as a bike that was $600. You know, completely different names at least.
Yeah, and it's not the same quality. And well, see, here's the thing with Jersey Jet, or no, with Stern, what they do is they build their first pin. What they do is they build the limited edition or the premium one.
Yeah.
And then what they do is they start pulling shit out of it to bring down the costs and stuff, and then they'll sell that as the Pro. So you're getting like not as many cool features as you would if you got
they
the
just
premium.
call them shit, better, and regular.
Yeah. But the expensive one is usually really expensive. Like, you know, they're asking for $8,000 or $9,000. You know, instead of $5,000 or $6,000 that they usually do. So.
And I guess for the operator, commercial people, it's still feasible that they can make their money back in a.
Well, yeah, like when we talked to who was that guy we talked to in Denver? He played Exidy. Yeah, Exidy. We talked to Exidy. He talked about how, you know, you got Star Wars in there. It paid for itself in a few weeks. You know, so. You know, if you're in a popular location like that, it'll pay for itself
Star
quick.
Wars did not impress me. Yeah.
No, me neither.
I recall what Exidy said. It was something to the effect of, like, if it was a new game, they were like $1 a play.
Obviously.
Yeah. And then once it gets to a certain age, it was like, you know, 75 cents or 50 cents a play.
Yeah.
Something like that, you
as
know.
soon as it pays for itself.
Yeah. But that's key, though. You have to have the location that will support that.
If I was an operator, I wouldn't buy anything above Pro, because it's like what's the average Joe?
Yeah, Pro. No. If you're an operator, just buy Pro. LE and Premium are for collectors.
Yeah.
So no.
Well, I don't know if you have you guys seen the new Iron Maiden pinball by Stern.
Iron Maiden.
Carrie will remember this. Carrie, do you remember when you and I, when we were at Arcade Expo the first time, and we saw the Archer pinball table?
Yes, I do remember that.
Well, the creator of that got hired from Stern to create the Iron Maiden pin. And if you notice, it's almost the same layout. It's got the little jump that it flies off of and hits the target. So yeah, he implemented the stuff that he created in Archer, and he implemented it all.
Now, was Archer was just like a fan made thing?
Yes, he was just a guy just like Ben Heck, creating a pinball of his own for fun. And him and his other friend that they'd worked on it on weekends, you know, and they'd code stuff in it, and they would use clips from the show and loop them and stuff. So when the ball would hit like bumpers, it would show an animation that would loop, you know, a guy on drums or something. But it was all in the Archer animated series theme, and it was really cool for a homebrew. I couldn't believe that. It looked like a table, like a real table. It just needed table art, but it was looking awesome, you know, for what it did. So anyway, that got him a job at Stern, and there's an interview on what is it on iTunes. I listened to Coast to Coast Pinball, and he was on there talking about, because he used to live here, you know, he was a California guy, and now he's living in Chicago, working at Stern, and he's like, boy, this place is flat, boring, compared to living in California where it's all hills, you know, and sunny and nice, and
much prettier.
So he misses California big time. Yeah.
I bet. Have you, Mock, have you played they had Iron Maiden at Free Gold Watch when I had my last tourney, but we never got on the game because it was always being played. Have you played it yet?
No, but I've watched videos on it, and Keith's looking into trying to get one. So, ooh.
So I've seen it, but again, I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to play it. It looked cool. It played really quickly.
Yeah,
people were fucking dying on because we were playing games right in the vicinity, so we could try to jump onto it as soon as it was free. But we couldn't finish a game in time before somebody else, before they would finish, before whoever was on Iron Maiden finished the game, and someone else was already like a ball or so into it.
Oh wow!
Now it might just be because people haven't played that much, so they haven't had a chance to figure out all the cool stuff and be good at it. But these are some pretty top players who are in that league.
Yeah. And I like that their animations have gotten better. Like with what on-screen animations look better than what the Aerosmith one and stuff. So because this is a new thing for starting to do actual animations on the screen, so that's looking better. Yeah. I'm just not a fan of the band. I wish I was. I mean, I like one song on it. Was it "Head for the Hills" or whatever it is?
Yeah.
That's the only song I know from Iron Maiden, and that's like their main. It's like "Kashmir" from Led Zeppelin. It's like you only know one. Super hit song, but mainstream song. But anyway, yeah. So when Keith gets if Keith gets one, and Keith's looking into selling his Metallica, which I'm bummed about because I actually like that pin. But that and maybe his Star Trek.
Run for your
yeah.
Go ahead, Carrie. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I really like the Aerosmith pin. I think that's a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm with you on like Iron Maiden. I have zero interest in listening to the music, and that's kind of a problem when the game is band theme.
But the artwork on that cable is amazing. The Iron Maiden artwork looks really good. They did a really good job with it.
It's a gorgeous game, and watching we were standing there and watching the animation, watching other people play, and it was, it looked really cool. And they did some cool things. I forgot what the animation was for the tilt, but I bust out laughing, because it was really funny
sometimes he'll pull out of his heart, like he's pulling his heart out, and it's a ball. But it's all bloody. It's all bloody and shit. So I like the gore in it and stuff.
The sad thing about all those, I guess classic metal, rock, whatever you want to call that. Too bad they didn't come out with those pins back in the heyday of those bands.
Right.
Oh yeah,
it would have been huge.
Although if they did a Michael Jackson pin now, it would be super successful.
Yeah, that's true. With Bubbles has got to be in there.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ouch.
And Michael Jackson turns into a robot. Bugs and drugs.
I know, right? Something with pills, like you get a bunch, like
it would do so much better than
prescription bottles.
So much better than the Bill Cosby pin right now.
Gotta unlock that sleeper.
It's a real sleeper.
Which is actually the same shit, really.
Shoot for the roofie.
I wouldn't say it's the same shit.
All right, so
the stuff in court that he with Bill Cosby, that's proven he's guilty. Nothing ever stuck.
Are we ready to finish this shit tonight?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I need to talk to you guys real quick offline.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So let's,
right after I play this.
I wish I had some maracas.
Right?
I don't have any maracas.
Oh wait, no, all right.
I
you send it off. I'll be right back.
I have maracas.
Oh, Jim, that picture reminds me of the Bill and Ted. What do you guys think of the Bill and Ted movie coming?
You know what though?
I don't think it's necessary.
I've told you, I've talked about this like numerous times. It's not. I've been following that since 2010.
Oh yeah, they've been talking about it forever.
That long making?
Oh, they've been talking about it forever.
They've had the script done for years. Wow. All it's come down to Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Did we lose?
We lost Jimbo.
We lost him.
Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves, and then we're done.
Then we lost him.
Jimbo left this video call. Like, I wanted to hear what he had to say.
Yeah.
Because,
here we go.
Did you just kick me or what?
Yeah, I totally kicked you.
That was fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the first time ever where all of a sudden I was just like out. Like it just bumped me out.
Welcome to the internet.
I guess.
All right, so
nobody kicked you.
Keanu Reeves.
The only thing that they've been waiting on.
You.
The only thing they've been waiting on is a director. A director, and they were waiting on getting the green light from a studio.
Yeah.
So those were the only big things. Keanu Reeves does carry quite a bit of weight as far as like it wasn't just financial. It was finding the right studio that would give them the creative freedom they want.
Oh yeah, And
So-
finally, here will be a challenge for Keanu Reeves that he could actually meet, acting wise.
Whoa!
Not a big stretch
Yeah.
for him. Like
Actually, that's
he
it.
has been playing fucking Ted
I know,
for
not
20 years now, and now finally, not
This mixed Matrix with the whoa. I know how to play guitar.
Oh no, I don't know, Mock. Have you ever seen my my top 10 kids video from the 80s?
Yeah, I love that.
I do that comparison. I'm like, wait a second. There seems to be a similarity between when he goes whoa in Bill and Ted and whoa in
Matrix. Yeah,
Matrix.
yeah.
I have them all lined up.
Yeah,
I miss when YouTube gave you more
Bill
freedom.
and Ted's.
I loved his like his mop of a hairdo.
Yeah.
So
perfect.
Yeah. So bitter.
I love
go
the
ahead.
music in those movies too.
No,
Great soundtracks.
If you ever want to see
movies
a fun, bad, good movie, is I think it's Death Wish 5 or 4, one of those two. Alex Winter's dad directed the last Death Wish with Charles Bronson or whatever his name is. Yeah, right.
Yep.
And Alex Winter got to play one of the punk bad guys as part of the.
Of course, he's one of the punks in like Lost Boys in.
Oh yeah, in Lost Boys too. Yeah, he's a bad guy in that too.
Yeah.
But in the Death Wish, I mean, he's like raping women and like cutting them and killing them, and it's funny to see him in that kind of a role compared to like being dude 69.
Yeah. But now here he is, like 40 years later. 30.
You guys
years later.
remember the Bill and Ted cartoon? Saturday morning cartoon.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, so bad.
Did you guys ever see?
I mean, there was also a
Freaked
Karate
that he
Kid
did?
cartoon.
There was a Karate Kid.
Did you guys see that? Freaked. Alex Winter's movie, Freaked, where he gets captured into a with Mr. T and Bobcat Goldthwait and everything, and they change Dennis. Randy Quaid changes you into a mutant for his sideshow circus. You haven't seen that? Look at the trailer for Freaked. It's an Alex Winter movie, and it's really
You win.
Check that out. It's like you're gonna trip out.
Damn.
All right, just check it out real quick.
Post it
Right now.
Slack.
All right, hold on.
Just so I come back to it because I will not do it tonight.
69, dudes!
Freaked.
So there you go. So
Surprised you guys haven't seen Freaked. Okay.
Get over it. No, I'm just kidding.
it looks so nefarious there. All right, so Steve, so Freaked is we're going to take it out.
All right.
And bring us home.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Gak, do you want to do the honors of thanking the people that joined us in IRC today?
Yeah. Thanks everyone for hanging out with us tonight.
Sarah and Gabriella and
Gabriella. Oh my God, I missed.
Yeah, she was there.
IRC has been crashed for me for a while.
And Gravatar and.
So next week we're gonna do the what's the question gonna be?
We're not. Fuck that.
Oh, when you send.
Oh yeah, so the send away.
I like that.
Have you ever cut out?
Wait, that great question I came up with. Yeah.
Have you ever cut out? Thank you, Carrie.
Anytime.
I appreciate the support.
Such
the entire movie of
cut out. Have you ever cut out a UPC code?
Okay, the
and
entire
send
movie
away
of
something?
Freaked is on YouTube. The whole movie.
Wow.
Okay.
Right.
Thanks, Steve. And I appreciate your support, Carrie, for the question you made me re-answer. God damn. So sorry, Steve. What were you saying?
Freaked. The entire movie Freaked is on YouTube. The whole
Perfect. So
All
if
right.
you're looking for that, there you go. So for next week,
time. Don't be an asshole.
I can't help
my
it.
French.
It is
But you're an asshole.
part of my being. No. So
Thank
for
you
next
later
week,
after you watch.
can we like whatever you clipped an actual UPC code to send away for?
Yep. So
Did any of us do that? And,
I want to hear some listener participation on this one.
Mail-in rebates.
I'm sure we can find
Yeah,
some good
exactly.
stories.
Mail-in rebate, whatever little coupon thingies.
and
like
you had to wait like 6 to 8 weeks to get
Yeah.
whatever you got.
I can think of a couple. So
I have to research cereal boxes because I only remember doing it as a kid with cereal box stuff.
I only did this as a kid, but like you had to like get an envelope and then get a stamp.
Mom,
write down that. Fucking, this is a big deal to get this.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah. All right.
So
Washington and tell for me.
June is Sneak Fest, and then end of July is CAX, and then October is going to be Grink Fest 6. And we do have some exciting new stuff we're going to be talking about in the next few weeks here.
Hey, this wine makes me think I'll be drinking some of this stuff with you.
That will be next weekend, yes.
That's right. That's going to be fun. Yeah.
Flights.
There will be more wine than you can handle next weekend, Jimbo.
Probably because I'm a lightweight right now.
Yeah, it's good that you will be driving, Gak. Just saying.
Yeah.
We're gonna be in the back giggling.
I want videos of Jim being taken advantage of.
Gak's going to be like, hey, Jim, you should pee and want to carry his closets.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Jim, what is your safe word?
If you can't make it to the bathroom, don't
No.
worry.
That's right.
Dresser drawer.
No, that's safe. Your safe word cannot be no.
I mean, Greg from Arcade Impossible pretty much said it was okay if I peed on his stuff. So.
Yeah, I just
that's the way I remember it.
He's like, here, right here.
The closet is just as close as the bathroom is, so
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
Either one
the
works.
closet over the bathroom.
It's about the same amount of space.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a huge closet.
I am stopping this broadcast.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks everyone for coming on, and we'll see you next week.
Hold up. In light of Cobra Kai, we'll go out with this one.
There we go.
There you go.
Sing along.
You're the fucking best.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
You're the fucking best.